What's up, everybody? Welcome to Getting Baked with Crystal. Who's ready to get baked?
Woo!
Yeah, did you just woo? Today we are going to make big, chewy chocolate chip cookies. I posted the ingredients list on the Facebook page, Getting Baked with Crystal. So if you want to be able to bake along with us, please head over to Facebook, follow us over there. You can get the ingredients list. I usually post that on Mondays, so you have time to get everything ready. I'll post the ingredients and any sort of special tools you need. This one's real easy. You just need a cookie sheet. If you have a Silpat mat, that's a great tool to use. I've heard parchment paper works really well too if you want to use that, just to make sure they don't stick, they don't burn, all that good stuff. Who's out there baking with us? Post in the chat if you guys are going to bake along with us. This should be fun. I really like this chocolate chip cookie recipe. I searched for years and tried tons of different recipes until I found this one. I love this one. One of my favorite things about it is that you don't have to take your butter out ahead of time because the butter is actually melted and cooled for this one. So it's one of those things where you can just be like, I want cookies, and go make cookies. You don't have to take your butter out and wait an hour and a half for it to get to room temperature and soft and squishy. If your butter is cold, it doesn't really work very well. It doesn't mix when you put it in your mixer. It's kind of clumpy and doesn't mix with the ingredients. I'm sure there's some sort of technical, scientifical thing that I could be telling you right now about why you shouldn't use cold butter, but I don't know. I just know you shouldn't use cold butter. Some recipes you do, not most of the time. Let's see. Sam has the ingredients and is going to make them tomorrow. Awesome. Brittany's going to bake along using parchment paper. Awesome. Don't use wax paper. Wax paper doesn't... I've seen people do it and then post like, why isn't this working right? And the cookies still come out, but wax paper is for not the oven. Parchment paper is for in the oven. That's the difference between the two, even though they kind of feel the same and seem the same. That's the difference. Cyber Husky baked oatmeal cinnamon chip cookie bars and for people and liver bites for the dogs. The oatmeal cinnamon chip cookie bars sound delicious. The liver bites not so much, but I'm sure the dogs love them. Amanda's also baking along with us. Hope I didn't miss anybody else. Awesome. So let's get started. First step, preheat your oven to 325. Most recipes are at 350 minimum. This one's 325, which I think is one of the factors that makes them so good. It cooks a little bit more slowly, even though the cook time is still about the same. I guess most are like 10 to 12. This one's 11 to 14. So a little bit lower cooking time, a couple minutes longer in the oven. If you missed that, it's 325. Don't forget to set your ovens now, otherwise you'll have cookie dough just sitting there and nowhere to put them. This is one of those recipes that you can refrigerate the dough and make it later. They tend to, usually the first batch when I put it in there tends to just kind of goo out and get flat if I don't refrigerate it. Once it sits on the counter for a little bit, if it's not too warm, it'll firm up a little bit and they'll come out a little bit better. I'm hoping this batch comes out good. Sometimes when I make these, it's probably a weather, temperature, air pressure thing. Sometimes they come out kind of wonky and flat. When they come out perfect, they're almost a little bit... What are you doing to the light? They're almost a little bit like glossy on top when they come out perfect. They've kind of come up a little bit like a little mountain. And the recipe actually says to use half-cup balls of dough, which makes ginormous cookies, but you're only going to get like a dozen maybe. I make them a little bit smaller, but I do make them bigger than most of my cookies that I make. Uncle Yukon's going to eat along a couple chocolate chip cookies from Belgium that Lorna sent him for Christmas. Only have 2 left. That's awesome. Hey, Aunt Terry. Thanks for watching. Let's see. Greg says, there's never not a place to put cookie dough, not while I have a mouth. I agree. If you saw my post earlier this week on Facebook, I eat so much of this cookie dough every time I make it. This is the best cookie dough ever. I seriously eat more of this cookie dough than anything else that I make. Shannon asked if these ship well. Looking for a recipe to send in boxes for Christmas. These do actually ship well. I have a handful of recipes. That's usually what I make for Christmas is cookies to be able to ship to people. And this is one that does ship well. I tend to undercook them just a little bit, like I do with everything. I've said that before. So they stay soft for probably a week or 2 afterwards. Hopefully you're not shipping them 2 weeks later, but if you ship them within a couple of days, they should still be fine when they get there. Charlotte says, once we heard Crystal was making chocolate chip cookies, I wanted some, so we made a batch earlier this week. That's awesome. Did you use this recipe? I posted the ingredients, but I did not actually post the recipe. One of the things about this is that once you add the vanilla and the egg yolk and the egg, you beat it for quite a while, and you'll see the difference when I make it, that it turns to a different consistency and color. So hopefully you did that. If not, it still comes out really well. Let's see. Oh, super chat from Helen. Hi, Crystal and Dan and everyone in the stream. Hope you're all doing great. Thanks for joining us, Helen. I'm excited for today's stream. Have a great one, everybody. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, Helen. Are people having issues with the stream?
A little bit.
Oh, we're red.
Yeah, don't worry. Just keep on keeping on.
Okay. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with the butter because the butter does have to cool after you melt it. You don't want to use it while it's hot out of the microwave. So first step is going to be 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is a stick and a half of butter. You can use real butter if you want. I've talked about this before on the stream. I tend to use just the imperial sticks of butter. It says right on the box it's great for baking. It works for me. That's what I use. I've tried regular butter. I prefer this. Whoa, Mooch just tried to take down the entire stream. Oh, I need that to cut this. So I just stick this in a bowl and stick it in the microwave, but when you do, make sure that you cover it because butter, when it melts, tends to pop and will get your inside of your microwave all buttery and greasy. And I'm just sticking my fingers all in it. I usually chop it up so it'll melt a little bit quicker. I am not doing this very well today.
Okay, I think I got it back to green.
Yeah, are we good? Are we good? All right. Kind of lost a little butter on my fingers there, but I think we're good. The worst thing ever is when you get butter on your fingers when you're baking because it's so oily and it just sticks on your fingers and won't go away. All right, good enough. Okay, so I just take paper towels and wrap it over this and kind of tuck it under the bottom so it doesn't float off when it spins in the microwave. And I usually do it in 30-second bursts and stir it with a fork in between. That way it will melt evenly. There's still butter under my nails. Ew. Nice. Amanda says, butter has been melted. I melted at 50% in 30-second intervals. I don't mess with my microwave enough. Unlike my mom who loves the microwave, I don't mess with it enough to understand how to change the percentage. I guess there's a power level button. I could probably do that. I just do it at full, whatever, normal setting. So it's about 50% melted. Maybe a little more. I'll do just a little bit more. Alright, so aside from that, we've got flour, baking soda, salt, the butter, brown sugar, vanilla. For this one, I do like to use my pure vanilla extract, not the imitation vanilla, because I feel like it kicks up the flavor of the cookie a little bit. I'm almost out of the delicious one that Abby sent me, but I do have my McCormick pure vanilla, so I'll use that as my backup if I use too much of the other one. Egg and egg yolk. And then for this one, what we're going to do, these are chocolate chip cookies, so I do have to do some with chocolate chips. I'm going to take my dough and probably split it into quarters before I put any chips into it. And I'm going to do chocolate chips in some of it. Dan's been asking to do something with the mint Kit Kats because he still has a ton of these. Thank you to everybody who sent them for him. He loves them, but there's a ton of them. So we're actually going to chop some of these up and make mint chocolate Kit Kat cookies. I have some Butterfinger baking bits. I don't like Butterfinger candy bars, but I like Butterfinger crunched up. I don't just want to eat the whole candy bar. I like it in and on ice cream, and I like it in cookies and desserts and stuff. And I have white chocolate chips, and I have butterscotch chips. Oh, that's 5 things. I'm going to have to vote one of them off the island. But we're going to do 4 different kinds of cookies. You guys can literally put anything you want in these. The base of the cookie is really good, so whatever candy, cookie, chocolate chips, any sort of flavored anything you want to put in there, you can do that. That mess of M&Ms and Snickers and whatever that people do where they put all kinds of candy in it. Literally anything will be good in here. Whatever tastes good to you will be good in here. All right, I'm going to grab my butter. Perfect. All right, butter is melted. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And we're going to mix together the dry ingredients and set that aside for when we're ready. Today was a bit of a scramble. I was not quite as prepared with all my measuring things as I usually try to be. But we're going to do 2 cups of flour. Sam says pure vanilla is from a plant and vanilla extract is made by something gross. Yeah, I don't know what they make the imitation stuff from, but I do know it's way cheaper. And for somebody who bakes as often as I do, I really cannot afford to be buying these $10 bottles every time. I would go through them too fast and be spending all my money on baking ingredients. So that's something that I'm willing to get the lesser version sometimes, just so that I can afford to bake everything. And most of the time, like I've said before, you really don't notice the difference. No one's going to be like, oh my god, you used imitation vanilla in this, didn't you? It's not really that noticeable. And when it's like, I think at Walmart I get 2 of the big bottles for $2. That's a huge price difference. But when I see these ones on sale, a lot of times at our grocery store they go on sale, buy 2, get 1 free, I will buy 3 of them for sure. Lately I've been going to Aldi. They have really good baking ingredients for super, super cheap. I got, I was low on cinnamon and ginger, got those for under $1 each for a full-size bottle. I don't think I've purchased maybe I did get their pure vanilla extract, but I haven't used it yet. But it's like $5 a bottle, so that may kick up my baking a notch, being able to afford better ingredients here and there. Vegans can't eat imitation vanilla. Oh, what's it made out of? Did I miss what it's made out of? Don't look it up. Yeah, I probably don't want to know. Okay, so 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda. And a half a teaspoon of salt. Remember, always do your salt not over the bowl, because salt tends to pour out pretty quickly and you can ruin your entire recipe if you dump out all the salt and you have to start all over. Uncle Yukon asks, is the taste of the real thing so much better to spend the money for the real thing? I have no idea. I don't really know. Like I've said before, sometimes the flavor kicks up a notch. In something like the cookies, I feel like I can taste it. In a frosting, you can taste the difference. But I think you have to be have a really sophisticated palate to really understand and taste the difference and notice it. I would never notice the difference. It's not going to make the cookies gross if you use the imitation stuff, so use what you got, no shame. Greg says the trick is to buy in bulk. Yeah, but I can't afford a Costco membership for the few things I would buy there, so yeah, I do, like I said, I buy them when they're on sale. I'll buy, 3 bottles at a time. And spend $20 to get 3 bottles. Alright, so that's mixed up. Like I've said before, you just want to mix up your dry ingredients so you don't end up, when you add them to your wet ingredients, if you add, that, half a teaspoon of salt, you don't want it to not mix in evenly, so then you have one cookie that's just got a full half a teaspoon of salt in it, and then you can taste it. So you mix all your dry ingredients so that they'll mix evenly before you add them to your wet ingredients.
Is the lighting less intrusive in your eyes this week?
Slightly less intrusive. It's still bright as heck. You know I hate bright lights.
Looks so reflecty this time.
Well, that's good. That's the look I'm going for, less reflecty. It's going to be a minute before we put our eggs in, but before I start moving all the things around, I'm going to go ahead and crack the eggs into a bowl. Like I've always said, I like to crack my eggs into a bowl so in case shells fall out, I can easily pull them out. Plus, I hate that little membrane-y thing, and I like to scoop that out because that grosses me out. I think that doesn't bother most people, but it absolutely bothers me. All right, so this, you're going to use 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. So if you do something with your whites, you can save them. Usually, if I'm not cooking anything else, I'll just let the white go down the drain. And I just do it like this. There's all kinds of tricks on the internet. I've seen where you crack the egg into a bowl and then use a empty water bottle and you squeeze it and then put it in there and slurp the egg yolk out into the water bottle. I just usually do it like this and it seems to work just fine. that stupid membrane.
Oh, is it insane?
Insane in the membrane? Alright, so there's that.
No, I'm here, guys. I'm just trying to, like, make it look better make it look better. We're not so reflecty today. I got rid of this reflection.
Good job.
I'm working on it.
Always trying to take it up a notch. Okay, so you can totally do this by hand, but at one point you do have to beat it for several minutes, and then it starts to get thick once you add the dry ingredients. So your hands will get tired if you're just trying to mix it with a whisk or, I don't know, a rubber spatula or something. So if you have a hand mixer, I definitely recommend that. If you have a stand mixer, that's the way to go for sure. So first step we're going to do is put our brown sugar and white sugar in the bowl, the mixing bowl. So it's a half a cup of regular sugar and a cup of brown sugar. That's another thing I think makes a difference in these, is having the brown sugar. Brown sugar is just sugar and molasses, and I think that molasses kicks up that flavor quite a bit. So half a cup of sugar. All right, Amanda, I'll slow down for you. I'm just stirring my butter to kind of cool it down a little bit, because again, we don't want it to be hot. Probably some sort of scientific reason why.
Science.
Science. Baking is a science. It's chemicals and chemistry and stuff. I don't know where you're at, Amanda, but we've got our half a cup of sugar in the bowl. We mixed up all of our dry ingredients, and that's set aside until we're ready to add that. Samantha says, Crystal, your cat looks like he's trying to read the dryer. He's sleeping. Mooch loves to sleep on the dryer. When the dryer's on, he loves to sleep on it. I think it just finished a cycle, so it's probably still warm. Mooch will seek out the heat when the dishwasher's on and it gets to the dry cycle. He'll lay here because the counter gets warm and the steam comes up out of it. Like, not noticeably like it's broken or anything, but yeah, he super loves any warm spot he can get. PJ with the super chat, thank you. The moon over Mount Pleasant, Michigan looks like a cookie. Appropriate, I'd say. That's awesome. Okay, Amanda is caught up. So, half a cup of sugar in here. We're going to add a cup of brown sugar. When you do brown sugar, you want to pack it down in there. Anything else, you want to usually just pack it loosely. Like flour, you don't want to push down in there. You just want to loosely measure it. But brown sugar, you always pack it. Well, not always. I don't know when you don't, but I guess not always. I can't say always if I don't know. But for this one, you want to pack it down in there. Heather says, finally got my own home and excited to be able to bake along with you next week. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. Congratulations on your own home. I hope you have an awesome oven, or at least a functional one, because if you don't, that's really sad. A couple of people have posted in the Facebook group that their ovens don't work, and that breaks my heart. I couldn't live in a house that the oven didn't work. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Brittany said, I'm keeping up somehow. I like doing these live because it's real time. So you might fall a little behind if you don't have your ingredients ready or something, but that's why I post the ingredients list ahead of time. So hopefully you can get everything out and ready to go. Your measuring cups, all the ingredients and stuff. But in the chat, you can tell me to slow down. I don't mind slowing down a little bit if I'm going too fast. I make these things all the time, so I'm just whipping it all up, but it might take you a little bit longer. So it doesn't necessarily say to do so, but I like to, same reason we would mix up the dry ingredients here, I mix up the sugar and the brown sugar before I add the butter to it, just so it's evenly mixed in there. And brown sugar, sometimes we'll get little clumps in it. I usually try to feel it out and mash them up, because once you start adding other things, they're not really going to come apart. So if you have, oh, that one fell right apart. If you have any little clumps in there, just squish them out. I think we're good here, and that's pretty darn evenly mixed. Awesome. Megan said, I just got my house this week and I'm excited to follow along. That's great. I hope that I encourage you guys to bake and show you it's super easy. I have a lot of Dan's family members, especially a lot of his cousins and stuff, will say, I wish I could bake like you. Will you show me how to bake? Speaking of which, I don't see Morgan or Elisa here. I heard you guys talking about maybe baking along with me. I hope you are, or watch it later and you guys make this. Super easy, guys. Just do it. Please just do it. If you want to bake, bake. Try. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes you add almond extract instead of vanilla extract. Do it. Doesn't matter.
It's chilly outside. I went outside. There is no moon. There's some sort of moon debate. Oh, the moon looked like
sorry, the moon's in Michigan right now, not in California.
There's no moon right now.
Not at all.
I don't see it.
We're 3 hours earlier.
Yeah, but it's dark. But it's just I don't.
But
see
it's not high enough up.
I don't see the moon.
Jeff
yet.
said, "What's the dark part of your mixer beater? Mine doesn't have that." Oh, okay. I'll show you. So this is the one that my mixer came with, which works perfectly fine. The little paddle thing. This one is an add-on that you can buy. It just has a rubbery thing on it that helps. It helps somewhat to scrape the sides, but if you've watched me bake before, you'll see a lot of times I still have to take it off and scrape the sides with it. But it helps because you don't have to get a rubber spatula. You can just use this. So I don't know what they actually call it. If you check out gettingbakedwithcrystal.com, my kit is on there, and I believe this is added to it. It's just the paddle attachment with rubber on it. But this works just fine. You'll just have to scrape the sides a little bit more. Jeff said the moon isn't real.
The moon's real. It was the traveling part.
The moon landing that wasn't real. Brittany wants to know if you got your SpaghettiOs.
I did.
You did.
I did.
He was very sad because they were not on sale anymore.
Yeah, they were 10 for $10, but when I got there, they were $1.50 each.
Oh my god, the humanity.
So, well, I was gonna buy 10.
Because you need 10 cans of SpaghettiOs?
Well, yeah, because I don't have to go back. It's far away. But I only got 3.
Gotcha. Oh, Jordan said Tails is looking for thumbs to go outside. Nope, he got sidetracked. He's on to the next thing now. Heather says, I'm not typically a baker, but watching you bake is definitely encouraging me to bake along with you. That's awesome. That's really my goal here, is just to show everybody how easy this is, and you can totally do this. Alright, so this part you want to do until well blended.
How did Thanksgiving go? Did you make lots of stuff for Thanksgiving?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we already had one.
We already had it.
Okay.
Dang, Dan, did you even watch last week?
No, I was here. I mean, I kind of watched it.
Amanda says, hold on, my butter's solidified. Oh no, pop it back in. Brittany says, Dan, the SpaghettiOs are tradition now.
Yeah, but I'm only like really super stoked on them because they're Mario right now.
Yeah.
Well, they have Star Wars ones with cute Rey on the front of it, and oh, Rey can come save me anytime. But they don't have meatballs in it. It's like, what's the point? Like, that's like only having a cheeseburger, not a double cheeseburger. It's stupid. So right now I'm kind of stoked because of that.
Sean says, I bake, but right now it's so much more fun to just watch you do it and chill. That's fair. Totally fair. It takes a lot of energy to bake, especially like, it's Friday. Some of you worked all day. Maybe you don't feel like baking right now. Maybe it's 3 hours later and it's 9:30. I personally prefer late night baking because it's quiet, nobody bothers me. But maybe you don't like to bake. What are you laughing about?
Jeff, that's Jeff's comments.
No.
I also have another show that I was splitting the stream with called Getting Make with Dan.
Oh no, what's Dan making?
For all of you at home that was making Kool-Aid stuff with me, now's the part where I'm going to go ahead and pour in the sauce.
Sometimes he screws this up and drops the whole packet inside there and
I
ruins
hate
everything.
that. It sucks. But there you go. And you can mix this for 3 to 5 minutes, put it in the fridge, 25, 35 minutes, check it in the middle with a toothpick before you consume it. Okay, back to your show.
You didn't even tell us what you made.
I made like orange drink, or like...
It's strawberry orange banana.
Wait, should I do it?
It's great value. Strawberry orange banana from Walmart, which is my absolute favorite, and I buy that in bulk. You can bet.
You ordered 3 of these, and they came like in 3 different shipments.
They came in 3 different shipments, and I ordered a 3-pack. I didn't order 3 separate ones.
In a big box, too.
You can order singles, or you can order 3-packs. I bought a 3-pack,
right,
and they each came individually on separate days. I don't understand.
In big boxes, too.
Yes.
What do I mix this with? This thing?
The spoon?
Like a, okay. I just don't want to... Isn't this what you, like, soup to the pour?
Yes.
This is like... I feel like this is a little excessive.
You want to scoop from the bottom so it's all mixed up. Don't scoop violently. So, if you're watching on this camera, you'll see that it's starting to lighten up the more it mixes. So you do want to mix this for a few minutes to get it lighter and fluffier. Giselle Giselle says, I love watching you bake, but I can't eat anything because I have a gluten and dairy allergy. So my friend Holly messaged me and was talking, I need to talk to her about it. She messaged me about some replacements that you can do for allergies. She's got a son that's allergic to darn near everything, so I have to be careful even when I take stuff over to her and let her know, like, hey, I make stuff with peanuts, keep this away from your kid, wash your hands, all that stuff. I'm not too familiar with replacements, so I would have to talk to somebody who knows more, which, like I said, I'm going to have to talk to Holly a little bit more. She did give me some suggestions, which I can't recall at the moment. I have so much going on, I keep forgetting, but that I do need to do that. I want to show you guys, like, oh, you like these chocolate chip cookies? Make them with this, this, and this. The other problem with that is I don't make them with replacements, so I don't know how that affects the quality. But I know you can replace certain, you know, if you're allergic to eggs, you can replace it. Flour, I believe, is an easy one. You just get a gluten-free flour. I don't know what those options are, but I think you can just replace your flour with a gluten-free flour and it shouldn't make a difference.
Okay.
So if you look at this, you'll see it's like a much lighter cream color now than a brown color.
The big spoon, super effective.
Yeah, that's why you use it.
I usually just like use a spoon.
Now you know. Don't say you never learned anything here. Alright, so that's just about ready for the eggs and the vanilla. So we are going to do, remember it's one egg yolk if you haven't cracked those already. I don't know why I can't open this one. Thanks.
You listen it for me.
I did. I see Jess talking about replacements.
Yeah.
Jess does do a lot of replacements for the dogs for things that she makes that the dogs aren't able to eat when she does the cooking videos for the dogs. Yeah, baking gluten-free flour. You measure cup for cup. Yeah, the flour I think is the easiest replacement. Most dairy you can use a non-dairy substitute. Just Google the correct mix. Oh yeah, the internet is great for anything you don't know what to do. Even stuff like I have some recipes that call for buttermilk. I don't know why buttermilk. What am I going to use buttermilk for? You can do, say it calls for a cup of buttermilk. I want to say, and don't quote me on this, I would have to look it up. I want to say it's a tablespoon for every cup. So if it's a cup of buttermilk, you can put a tablespoon of either white vinegar or lemon juice in your measuring cup first, and then measure up to a cup with regular milk, and then stir it up, and that'll make a buttermilk equivalent. Okay, Amanda, I'll wait for you to wait for yours to lighten. It gets a little bit thicker and it lightens up a bit. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is a little bit thicker than when we first added it, and it is lighter. So go ahead and put that on there. The Perfecto, that's Kathy, right?
Yeah.
Perfecto? Kathy wants to know, what's your tip for melting butter if you don't take it out on time? Good question, Kathy. If you don't already, go follow Getting Baked with Crystal on Facebook. If you take a glass cup and you fill it with hot water, so you can either, boil some water on the stove, then pour it in there, or put it in the microwave. Just make sure it's microwave safe, and your glass cup is going to tolerate that. You take your stick of butter. I do have a stick of butter out. So take your stick of butter, stand it up like this, put your warm cup, dump the water out. Fill it with hot water, and then dump the water out after the glass itself is warm, and then put it over it like that, and it should soften the butter. Spoiler, I haven't actually done that, but I've heard that it works really well. Usually what I do, it gets real warm over here, I'll just put my butter like right here in front of the oven and rotate it every few minutes. In front of like the vent where the heat comes out from the oven at the top of it. I guess it's not a vent, but it gets extra warm right there at the back of the oven. So that works really well. Do you use your KitchenAid mixer for other things besides baking? I want to get one, but I want it to sort of be multi-purpose. If you look at the KitchenAid mixer attachments, there's tons of stuff that you can do. So this thing here unscrews. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't know if there's any goop.
Not on all models.
Yeah, not on all of them.
Most of them.
If you get one that unscrews here, you can put attachments on here. They have all kinds of attachments. You can make sausage with this thing. They have one that has a roller that goes on here to roll out pasta if you make your own pasta. I believe there's an ice cream maker. Look on the internet. Search for KitchenAid attachments and look at all the different things you can use it for. I use it for mashed potatoes. If you boil potatoes till they're soft and good, throw them in here. You don't have to hand mash them. You just put your paddle on there, and it'll mash them up for you real good. When we made sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving, I did the same thing, and I just threw those straight out of the can because I don't get fresh ones. I just make them out of the can. Dump it right in here, turn that paddle on, and it'll mash them all up for you. What else do we use it for?
For the baking? For this? Just
besides baking.
Nothing.
No. Well, thanks.
But you talk about the attachments, like the meat attachment.
My sugar is still grainy. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit grainy. It's going to be fluffy, but it is still grainy. We're going to add other things to it, and it'll be cookie dough.
Craig says, buttermilk sounds like it would be delicious. It isn't.
Yeah, it's really not. But it's a good ingredient for other things. It's good for cooking. My dad makes a mean buttermilk fried chicken sandwich. That sounds good. Well, I mean, not the chicken part. Jeff has grater, like to grate cheese? That's the thing? I buy my cheese pre-grated because I hate grating cheese. When I was a kid, my mom made it our chore, and usually my chore, to grate cheese. And she'd just like hand us a block and be like, grate all this cheese. I hate grating cheese with every fiber of my being, so I buy it pre-grated. If there's an attachment to grate it, that would be awesome. Lorna says, I never thought about putting potatoes in there. Awesome. Yeah, take it up a notch. Save your... I don't even own a potato masher because I'm not hand mashing potatoes. That sounds like no fun at all.
It's like a salad shooter.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
got a few different things.
That might be going on my Christmas list.
Yes.
Cyber Husky says, I do the butter on the oven trick. Just don't forget it's there. I've had it completely melt because I got distracted. Same, friend. Same. Yeah, you really have to like make sure when you put it there you are focused and coming back to it. Brittany says, I messed up. I put my wet with my dry. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Not even a problem. All right, so now I'm going to add my tablespoon of vanilla. Let me double check my recipe. Sometimes I get talking and I forget about what I'm doing. Beat in vanilla, egg, and egg yolk until light and creamy. Okay, so Amanda, don't worry if it doesn't look as light and creamy as you want. I usually do that part for a bit to get it light and creamy, but when you do the eggs and the vanilla, you can keep it going and it should get lighter and creamier. And this is kind of a lot of vanilla for a cookie recipe. It's another thing that I think takes it up a notch and makes it better. Nope, that's that one. Jess says the grater for the KitchenAid is epic. Yeah, I don't think I knew that that was a thing. I actually one year for Christmas, I think, asked for a mandolin. Is that what they're called? Where you can slice like cucumbers and stuff. And I just wanted like a little one that I could pull out real quick and slice some stuff. I got the KitchenAid one, which is awesome, except it's this huge thing that I have to like unpack, and I've honestly never used it because it's just too much. So I think that attachment would be awesome. Steve with the super chat, I can't bake, but I always love watching you make delicious treats. And Dan, Swedish chef for comedic effect. Thanks, appreciate you watching.
Yeah, I'll be Swedish chefing these two bad boys just in a minute.
Amanda says, how much vanilla? It's a tablespoon of vanilla. Kind of a lot of vanilla, but it really helps. It helps the flavor. Harley wants to know if we can make these in the microwave. You could try. I wouldn't advise it. Marie says, like your shirt. Thanks. Even though it's not the good-looking Ninja Turtles. I guess it's not the freaky-looking newer ones.
We tried to make this last night.
Oh, I bought these because it was like $1 for a box, and there's 4 servings in there, and I'm like, a quarter for a little mug cake? Sure, why not? Let's try it. Yeah, they're gross. They have like no flavor at all.
They weren't gross. They just were nothing. They were boring.
Yeah,
but we usually make our own.
Okay, yeah, it's not that it's gross. It's that it's unflavored. It doesn't taste like anything at all. I actually have a recipe that I use from the internet that I found that's for a mug cake, and it makes a good, like, we can split one, and it's more than enough still. And that's a really, really good recipe. Maybe I'll share that with you guys sometime. It's a super easy, quick recipe. But if you want, like, chocolate cake, and you don't feel like making a chocolate cake, you can literally have one in like 10 minutes. It cooks for 90 seconds in the microwave. That's where I will make a cake in the microwave.
It's good, especially when you're sitting on the couch late at night on like on a Friday, and you're like, I want chocolate right now. And it's like 11:30 at night, and you don't want to go to Jack in the Box for the munchie meals. Good stuff.
Yes. Yeah, Blake very often comes out and is like, can I have a mug cake? And it's easy enough that that's one of the things he'll make on his own. I'll just tell him like how much of each thing to do. But yeah, that's a super easy thing to do. Maybe we'll do that as like a mid-show while something's cooking one time.
Right.
What's that?
Thirsty?
What's in it?
Oh, well, you watch me make it.
No, I'm hosting a show here.
How's this
Brittany
going?
says, how's the The Cheerio?
Oh, the Cheerio.
Oh. Why you guys gotta bring up the past?
I can't see it.
To be honest, there's probably so much food in that heater vent.
I can't see. Oh, for sure. Sometimes I'll drop stuff on the ground and I'll just kick it that way, like it's hockey.
You made a video one time that I didn't see you doing it, even though I was in the house. But you took one of the heater vents off after you swept the whole floor, and you swept it all down into the heater vent.
Oh, that was a prop.
No, I watched you do it. Don't live with men or boys.
I have that video. It's like 11 years old, but no, that was a prop.
No, that happened.
Hey Dan, how was the McRib? Oh, Megan, you should watch my McRib video. It's on my Facebook page, RFS Dan, or on YouTube right here on this page here. You can go check it out, but you'll have to watch it unless you already watched it. But yeah, you should watch the video. I don't know. I guess I could talk about it because I know the answer to it. I loved it. I loved it. I think I forgot to tell Crystal that I'm actually leaving you for Ronald.
You do what you gotta do.
He offered me his McRib, but he said I better hurry because it's for a limited time.
Oh my god! Don't you have your own show? Megan wants to know what kind of cake takes buttermilk, and yeah, I don't think I would drink buttermilk. Yeah, don't drink it. I can't think off the top of my head. I know I do have a recipe in here that I have to make buttermilk for every time I make it. I can't think of what it is. Maybe it's one of my coffee cakes or something. I don't know. Angela says, I've heard of buttermilk donuts. Yeah, it's a bread cake. Not like a birthday cake kind of cake. I think it's more of a dense, like a coffee cake. I get the brownie. I don't know what you're talking about anymore. Sometimes I keep talking and then I forget what the chat was talking about.
It's okay. I do the same thing.
Oh, Jean's here. Hi, Jean. Thanks for watching. Jean's a family friend for, like, life. Like, as long as I can remember. I don't remember her ever not being around. So, hey, thanks. Jean said, thought this was a baking show. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully you guys that are baking along with us are caught up. Your cookie dough should look like this now, kind of a light cream color at this point, kind of fluffy-ish. I guess it's still kind of grainy because there's still just sugar and butter and egg, so it's a little bit grainy in there. I think I might have overmixed this time because I have bubbles in it that I don't usually have because I was talking too much. So we'll see if they come out okay. So then we're going to add this, and you're going to mix it just until blended. You don't want to overmix it. Are you on the floor eating SpaghettiOs now?
Yeah, we are.
Did you say yeah, we are? Who's there with you?
Which?
Oh, your light is too close. It's in the shop, too.
What's wrong? Oh, okay. Here, I'll fix that.
I don't care. Oh.
Are you smelling?
Yeah, sometimes you just dump a bunch of your flour on the counter. I don't know.
What do you do with the extra flour?
There is no extra. It all goes in there. It's a science.
Do you need a counter broom?
A what?
A counter broom?
A counter broom? I don't think so. This way to get that last of it in there.
But you, like, now, like, it's Margaritaville there.
Baking's no fun if you're not making a mess.
Okay.
Nancy says I use buttermilk in banana bread and coffee cakes. Yeah, that was my guess. I think maybe it's my lemon coffee cake that takes it, but I don't recall at this point. Texas sheet cake takes buttermilk or sour milk. Ew, sour milk. Nope. Even if that's a thing, it sounds disgusting.
Texas, everything's always odd. There's nothing in California that's like, oh, that's California toast.
Oh,
nope, it's all Texas toast or Texas tea.
Yes. People from Texas are very proud of their Texas things, even if they've just lived in Texas. The guy that I worked with that he was from Michigan, moved to Texas for a couple of years, and was still all about that Texas sheet cake brownie and stuff, and Texas barbecue. Charlie?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But then he moved to Michigan. I don't know why anybody would do that.
Amanda spilled her flour too. Now I feel better. Oh, what's up, Chris? PJ said California raisins.
Oh, you're right.
We had like a song and mascots and everything.
That's true.
I think that's done mixing, but I'm gonna keep this here. I think what makes this cookie dough so good is the brown sugar and the ridiculous amount of flour. It's so good. just want to make sure that's all mixed in. I do see some little bits of flour still. I think we are good.
How is the balance of streaming and baking going? Is it compromising your cookies?
We'll see. I don't know. It's hard to focus on what I'm doing because I'm trying to read chat and I'm trying to talk to people and teach, and it's a lot to juggle, but it's working. All right, so that's what your dough should look like at this point. If you're making this not on a live stream, you could totally throw this in the fridge and let it firm up a little bit. This is the point where you want to add your chocolate chips or whatever you're adding to it, which you always want to do by hand. You don't want to put that in the mixer because it's too aggressive and it'll break up all your chocolate chips. Doesn't California make wine as well? Yes, Northern California, Napa Valley is known for wine. Jordan says California roll, yeah. Yeah, see, there's California things. I guess we're proud of our things.
California stop.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. If you live in another state, do you call like a California stop but with your state name, where you roll up to a stop sign, don't come to a complete stop, and just keep going? We call that a California stop here. Steve said California love. Brittany wants to know when you add the cat hair. I'm ahead in that step. Not gonna lie, I just saw a little piece float down a minute ago. I don't know where it landed. That's the love. I have no shame in telling people, look, my baked goods are good, but you might find some hair in it. That's the love. Don't know what to tell you. My cats are clean. They lick themselves all the time. All right, so this is where I'm going to split it up. You don't have to do this part if you're just adding one mix in. Then go ahead and add it in and stir it by hand with preferably a rubber spatula if you've got one, or a spoon, or whatever you're working with. I'm not making this an exact science here. I'm just kind of scooping amounts in here because we are going to add 4 different mix-ins.
Chris wants to know how long until I can distract Amanda and eat the cookie dough. I find if you just go in with force and a stiff finger, you can get a cookie dough licking.
Just wait till the mix-ins are added in. Otherwise, to be fair, it's really good right now. With that brown sugar and vanilla, it's a really good base dough.
Loki said, I've opened soup cans and found dog hair inside. It's
Ew.
quantum teleports.
Yeah, if you live with pets, if you don't have pets at all, you're probably grossed out at this conversation right now. If you live with pets, you know, sometimes you're just like, oh, yeah, that's some cat hair. It happens, or dog hair.
I didn't have that until you came along.
Yeah, that's because I have a lot of cats. I started with 1. You collected cats. You got Rizzo, you got Kitty, you got Topo. No, I opened the door. You decided to keep Topo. I found him out there, but...
Well, because he was supposed to be my quarantine buddy.
But he's not so snuggly with you. I feel like this one has a lot more than the other ones.
You don't weigh this stuff, you just kind of go for it.
Well, yeah, because I don't have to weigh this because I'm just making different batches of cookies with different mix-ins, so it doesn't have to be exact. I'm not using this to then make another recipe. And Jeff says, we have a 20-pound white cat. We have hair to spare. Yeah. Cyber Husky says they have a Michigan left turn. All right, I think we're good there. If you're making it, you should taste it right now, because it's really good.
Is this the part where Chris took a bite?
Yeah, Amanda, you should let Chris have a taste. Okay, so normally if you're just going to add 1 mix-in, you would use a whole bag. It says 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. That's what the original recipe was. I prefer to use milk chocolate chips. I think they have a better flavor. That's just my preference. You can use whatever you want. I don't know how many cups this is.
You're done with this, right?
Yes. Okay, so it says on the back that an 11.5 ounce package is 1 3/4 cups. So it says 2 cups. Honestly, put as much as you want. As long as you still have a good dough to chocolate chip ratio, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. This one has bits because it's a big bag and the little bits have broken off throughout the time I've been using it.
Can we do that there?
I suppose so. I need to get more rubber spatulas. Alright, so since I cut this in quarters, I'm not really sure how much to use, how much chocolate chips to use, so I'm going to mix this in and see how it looks. Oh, that's probably good. Maybe a little bit more. Hey Dan, what's going on in the chat?
People want to know if we can do one with Bean Boozled on it instead of chocolate chips.
Absolutely not.
Inside there, where we just pour the Bean Boozles on it. You
You
sure?
could, but that would be gross.
No?
I think that when you put jelly beans in the oven, they're going to melt into a sugary, sticky mess, and it's not going to retain its shape at all.
Okay. How about
Can you
this?
use Hershey Kisses for chocolate chip cookies? Those might be a little bit big. Trying to think of what you could do, because you couldn't really mix them in and have a cookie. I don't really know if I would advise that. They do have mini Hershey Kisses. You could maybe use those, but I mean, if that's all you have, go for it. Chop them up. Why not? That's what I would do. If I only had Hershey Kisses and I didn't have chocolate chips, I would chop them into smaller pieces and just make like chocolate chunks. Okay, so that's my ratio roughly. I kind of like a lot of chocolate chips in there, so I get quite a bit in there. Oh, I need to chop this.
No, because it's got that stupid stuff. I want to take a couple of the pieces of the cookie dough that's left over. I want to make some with these gummy
There's no
clusters
left
in there.
over. If you
But-
want some, you have to do it now. But I think
I need
look,
a smudge.
Okay, but I think you're gonna have the same problem because it's gummy. It's going to melt.
Right, and it's going to be all on my cookie. And
No,
I'm gonna
it's
eat
going to melt and like goo out. Like when you put marshmallows in the
Oh, that was
oven.
That was perfect. Yeah. And you're just going to crush these guys up?
I'm not gonna crush them. I'm gonna cut them like so they're little chocolate chips, sort of thing. Brittany with the super chat. Remember, kids, chocolate, not carob. Chocolate. Yes, when you're cooking for people, chocolate.
Jess has a shirt that says carob, not chocolate. Do we need the opposite shirt?
Chocolate, not carob.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what carob is. I know that it's like what you choose to make for dogs instead of with chocolate because they can't have chocolate. I think this is working, so I'm just trying to. Well, it's kind of breaking because of the wafer in the middle, but I think it'll be fine. I'm not going to eat these anyway, so I don't care. I do not care for mint in my snacks. Mint is a breath freshener. It is not a snack. Oh my gosh, can you guys zip it? I'm trying to host a show here.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the cheese.
Why? Because it
it's
has a cow on it?
Yeah.
We did our grocery shopping this week at Aldi, and we spent like half the amount we usually do. If you guys have an Aldi near you, you should check it out. It's like their own brand of stuff, but so far everything we've tried has been good. I haven't tried anything that like, nope, I'm sticking to my brand name thing.
Minutes period. How's that going?
It's choppy. It's breaking into little bits so you can have little chocolatey bits in it. But I think it'll work. I'm kind of a purist and I just make them with chocolate chips most of the time, but any of these things should work. Do you really want like a small amount of something to make some weird stuff? Because
No.
now is the time to speak up.
You're cool. Just put those in there.
I know, I'm cool. That's not what I was asking.
Well, no, because you shot down all my rad ideas.
No, I'm legitimately telling you that's a bad idea. Amanda says she's using white chocolate chips and semi-sweet because we have no milk chocolate. Perfectly fine.
We have semi-sweet. That's what those are, right?
No, those are milk chocolate. I have semi-sweet, but I usually prefer to use milk chocolate. Do you watch the show? Were you listening? I think I might have to chop up more because that doesn't look like very much in there. We'll do the whole thing. Brittany says the closest Aldi is 5 hours away. I don't know if that's worth the drive.
Dane, ours is like 2 minutes away at most.
Yeah, we had one in Palmdale first that was like 20, 30 minutes away to get there because of the way you have to drive around. So in the middle of our town is Lockheed. So, like where my mom's house is, if I could drive straight through, it would just be, what, like 10 miles or something? From I to R. However many numbers I to R is, that's how many miles it would be. But right in the middle is Lockheed, and you can't drive through Lockheed, so that takes up a huge chunk of the town. So we have to go all the way down from 15th. So in our town, from one letter to another is a mile, and from like a 10th to a 20th is a mile. So we'd have to go from 15th to 50th, and then down and back again. Or from 15th to Sierra Highway, which is in the middle, and back again. So it takes quite a long time to get to the other side of town. But that's where our Aldi was forever. And I went a couple of times with my mom, and then we got one up the street. And lately we've been going there quite a bit. I like it.
Yeah, I got in the Aldi group.
Yeah, that Aldi Facebook group really took it up a notch.
Yep.
Is there a Walmart Facebook group?
Yeah, people at Walmart. You don't want to join that. Oh, I see Sarah just joined. What's up, Sarah? Thanks for watching. You missed us making the batter, but I guess it's not batter. I guess it's dough. Dough. We added chocolate chips to some of our cookie dough. We just added some dark chocolate mint Kit Kat chopped up for Dan because he likes that sort of thing. Like I said, you can literally put anything you want in here. I mean, I wouldn't recommend like Vienna sausages or anything, but you know, whatever sweet mix-in you got going on.
It's here somewhere because I bought it.
What are you looking for?
Like salad?
In the drawer?
Nope.
Maybe it's
Yes. Alright. So there's two. Sarah says the mint sounds delicious. I just don't like mint in snacks. I will not be eating any of those. I won't even try it. Like, I know that I don't like that.
Put them already in stuff.
No,
Yeah.
this one's quite a bit more than that.
You want to try some?
I wanted to try just one of the mint things.
It comes with cookie dough, but it's worth it.
Dude, Blake, you're so big and hairy. You're like Harry and the Hendersons.
Wow.
Dang. Brittany said I used mini chocolate chips. Perfect. Okay, I want to use some Butterfinger baking bits. So it's Butterfinger candy bars already chopped up and ready for baking
Where'd you find those at?
on the baking aisle. I don't know. I don't remember. It's just part of my stash. Maybe Walmart, grocery store. I don't know.
Hey, not remembering.
Nope. I don't think I've ever actually used these. I mostly use them to put on top of ice cream. I don't think
What?
I've used them for cookies, so this will be interesting.
I think that might be good.
I think so too.
I think you need to add more though.
You think?
Oh, I don't know.
added quite a bit. I was thinking maybe I should add a little bit of chocolate chips.
Oh, it's like the bottom of the Butterfinger bag.
Yeah, it's like
like
smashed
dust.
up Butterfinger. Yeah.
It's like Butterfinger dust.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna add because there's more filling than chocolate, so I'm gonna
You
add
can't
some
really
chocolate
see.
chips to that.
Yeah. It came with it.
Helen says Suba phone froze trying to restart it, and stupid thing rang the emergency service. Finally back on the line with you. Oh no! One time when I was at work, I was trying to call in an order to a restaurant so we could go pick up lunch, and I dialed, and the number was like, let's say it was 9171 something something, and the 7 didn't work when I hit it, so I did 7 didn't work, and then I hit the 1, and then I realized, oh shoot, I just called 911, and I hung up. Yeah, you can't just hang up when you call 911, because then the cops show up and they want to know why you called 911, and then they take down all your information, and that was a little bit scary.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Huh?
Where was that at?
At the print shop. Yeah, the 7 didn't work.
When I was at the bike shop, I opened up the shop and I typed in the alarm, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, and it was like, no, brr, 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 brr.
When you tried to
And
disarm
then,
it?
yeah, and then the alarm company and the cops called, and I'm like, oh, it's cool, I just can't get my password in. They're like, okay, cool, bye.
That was it?
Yep, that was it.
When
and
I worked
the
at the
alarm
bank-
went off for 3 straight hours until the
jeez.
the old alarm man was like, oh, sorry, I rolled back whatever revision number that was in there, and it didn't have your new passwords in it.
Oh no.
Right.
When I worked at the bank one night, we were leaving, and when you work at a bank, 2 people have to close. So we're at the front door, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot my water bottle, and I go running into the back, but she'd already set the alarm, and I grabbed my water bottle, and I ran out, and we're like, cool, we're good. Yeah, the next day she was really unhappy, because apparently she got home, and the bank or the alarm company, whoever's in charge of that stuff, had called her, and she had to go back and like talk to them and tell them everything's okay, and we're not getting robbed, and yeah, she didn't like me very much. So last thing I'm adding is going to be butterscotch morsels. They're just chocolate chips that are butterscotch flavored instead of chocolate flavored. And they have this really weird orangey flavor, which is their color, which is actually really similar to the Butterfinger. Is Butterfinger butterscotch? I don't eat Butterfinger like by itself, so I don't know what the flavor is.
I thought Butterfinger was Simpson people ground it up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's really what you thought?
No. It is good though.
I just don't like a whole Butterfinger candy bar. Like, just to take a bite out of it is gross to me.
I don't mind them, but I know what you mean. Butterfinger is peanut butter, Sarah says.
Is it?
It's in the name.
I don't feel like it tastes like peanut butter, though.
How would you know you don't have one? You've never had one.
I have it in ice cream and stuff, and I feel like it doesn't taste peanut buttery. I wonder if, like, it's heavy on, like, a specific ingredient. What are you doing?
Getting all the liquid out of the chicken.
Oh, gross. Chicken in a can.
Chicken in the can's good.
I have a thing of strawberry.
These butterscotch chips are kind of weird in that, like, the chocolate chips seem to mix in really well and stay in there. I guess it's kind of doing the same thing. It feels like the dough's not sticking to the chips. But I'm sure it'll work fine. I'll mash it together. Chris said, did you say butterscotch or butterscotch schnapps? Schnapps.
Schnapps. I haven't had schnapps since I was 15.
Right? I think
that?
only 15-year-olds drink schnapps. A kind of alcohol.
Okay, I was really like...
You weren't 15 drinking alcohol, and you know it.
I was probably
You were.
20 or 21. Yeah. Yes, we are still live.
You know how I know Dan?
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfingers. It'll always be stuck in my head. You need some help there?
No, I'm just... They're not very clean. You must have cleaned these last.
Oh, you've used them for like a year.
Yeah, I should probably put some new ones on my Christmas list.
Probably.
Also, my baking pan that you destroyed with Brussels sprouts.
Best thing to destroy him with.
Yeah.
Gross.
I can't win. Either I don't eat enough vegetables or I'm breaking things with them.
This is what Dan did to my big giant baking pan.
What happened?
You cooked Brussels sprouts on it.
Like that's from one time?
No, it's from all the times.
Oh, okay.
There's like stuff on here.
It's probably crud.
No, I think on the back is flour from when I spilled flour. It's alright. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, let me wash my hands. Amanda says, per Butterfield Company, it is crispy layered peanut butter covered in chocolate. Okay. It still doesn't taste peanut buttery to me.
Alright, let's do it. Butterfinger.
Oh, now it just smells like canned chicken in here, Blake.
It sounds good.
Ew, canned chicken's gross.
Oh, I think I might barf.
You guys don't like canned chicken?
Not really. I
don't like how it smells.
I don't like
that's
how
for sure.
slimy it is.
Brittany said, looks like my pan. I guess that's how you know it's well used. Alright, so, like I said earlier, this recipe does say to use half-cup balls of dough. That's a lot. Those are really, really big balls of dough. Let's start with chocolate chips.
What size spoon is that? That's the bigger spoon.
It's the one that doesn't fit in my mouth, so I don't use these for eating because they're way too wide for my mouth. I use these for scooping. So I do use quite a bit, but not a half a cup. That's way too much. So one of the tricks, and this is a little easier if you have refrigerated your dough, but one of the tricks to make the cookies a little bit better is to kind of try to form your dough standing up like this if you can.
So you're just blobbing them. You're not trying to do like a meatball
No,
or a
it's
hamburger
too
or
sticky
something?
for that. It's
Okay.
way too sticky for that. And I don't think I want to pull out 4 different spoons. So,
Licking your fingers is a must.
do you follow me on Facebook? I literally eat half this dough when I make it. So,
Your stuff, yeah.
to start off with, I'm just going to make one of each cookie because these are really, really soft. It's really warm in here.
Those are wrong.
So I want to stick these in the fridge for a minute. So when my first batch cooks, I will put everything else in the fridge.
No sliding in the house.
Since you guys are not cooking live, you're totally welcome to throw your cookie dough in the fridge for a little bit and firm it up a little bit. You can see I stood that up and it just blobbed right back down. So hopefully a few minutes in the fridge will help.
Megan says, I'd rather eat dough than make cookies.
I agree. The cookies are really, really good, but the dough is also really, really good.
Salmonella.
I am not afraid of salmonella. Watch me get it this time.
Oh, right?
You go into that when you're dead.
I don't think it kills you. I think it just, like, gives you food poisoning.
Yeah, it's the silent killer.
Yeah, I thought you died. Like, what's the whole bad thing about being salmonella? Then why can't you eat raw chicken?
Oh, maybe from raw chicken it's worse. I don't know. I've never gotten it, so I really have no idea. So my first batch, I'm just going to make one of each of these different flavors so we can try them. So most cookies, when I make them, probably use about half of this. Brittany says hers are more firm. Cool, then go for it. I don't want to get mint in my butterscotch, in my anything that's going in my mouth.
So you don't crowd them at all.
They're going to spread a little bit. If I was making a full batch, I would get these closer together, but I'm only going to make one of each one for the first batch.
Okay.
Do you even listen to me? I want these to go in the fridge so they can firm up a little bit. I swear I've been talking about that.
There's no room in our fridge for all this stuff.
I made room. Alright, so that's going to go in there. So, recipe says bake it for 11 to 14 minutes. I usually go on the 11 side. I like to undercook them a little bit. When you take them out, the cookie sheet's still hot, so they're going to still cook for a minute or so. It'll get firmer in the middle. It's not going to be raw and runny in the middle, but it'll stay softer for the week or so, or however long you have them laying around.
Everybody in the chats has loved ones that have died from salmonella.
Really?
No. But yes, it can hurt you bad.
It can definitely make you really sick. I've never had a problem when I eat cookie dough. I think Brittany said this in the Facebook page too. If you do only want to eat the dough without the danger, every egg use half a cup of milk. I don't know how that would affect this particular recipe. I don't know how you would use that to adapt a recipe. If you want to just eat cookie dough, I would say go on the internet and find a recipe to make cookie dough that you can eat, an eggless cookie dough. Use some sort of egg replacement. I don't remember if it was Brittany, but somebody said they were using, what is it, liquid eggs? Is that what it was called? Where you buy the egg in like a carton?
Yeah, have you ever had those?
I have not.
I have never had those either.
No, I don't know if is it real egg? I don't know what it is, but yeah, you could use that. California hand dip. Quick dip, no soap. Hand wash. Yes, absolutely. I just needed to get the stuff off so I didn't get mint in the next cookie. It wasn't really dirty. Don't worry, I wash my hands plenty. If you can get salmonella from raw dough, then how come when I was younger it was okay, right? I've always eaten it. I've never had a problem.
Jeff used to buy them and like buy the tubes, eat them.
Oh, I totally did that as a kid. Just buy that tube of the Toll House cookie dough and I remember walking home from like a 7-Eleven or something with a friend and we just cracked that thing open and each just started chewing on it.
My brothers would sneak bites of it.
Brittany said raw like Blake's prom cookies. Remember the cookies? Remember you were supposed to have Monster Donuts and there wasn't Monster Donuts?
Oh, that's right. Robbed.
Cookies.
Robbed.
Or don't put eggs in the dough so it's safer to eat. Yeah, I don't know how that would affect this particular recipe though. So if you know more than I do about the science of baking, you might know how to adjust this particular recipe. But like I said, I would say just go find a recipe for edible cookie dough.
I was never a cookie dough eater, but that wasn't around my house. There was no cookie doughs around my house.
No.
I don't know if my mom really ever baked. I don't see that in my head. We bought bakables from the store, so I don't think she ever really baked too much.
I like cookie dough, but I always regret it afterwards.
Yeah.
I always make my stomach hurt.
Helen says, I've seen that you can cook cookies and cakes in an air fryer. Yeah, I see, we don't have an air fryer yet, but we have an Instant Pot. And looking up recipes, there's tons of recipes for cakes and brownies and things. I don't know that that's something I will ever do. I might try it sometime just to see how that works, but I bake in the oven. I suppose if you're one of those people that doesn't have an oven that works and you have an Instant Pot, by all means, make a cake in there. If there's another way you can do it, go for it. Make your mug cake in the microwave, whatever you have to do. Me personally, I like to just bake in the oven. Amanda says, I still do eat Toll House dough. Heck yeah.
It just was never around for me to eat. Like, I just never do it. So, like, when you give it to me, I'm like, okay, that's not too bad, but I don't associate that with, like, good memories.
No? Even now? Thanks.
No.
Fire Truck's Rule says, it's one of the worst things you can get from raw chicken. It's safer to eat raw hamburger. Salmonella is a really horrible thing to get. Chicken is the worst than eating a raw egg. Yeah, I think it's worse with chicken. Whoa, Mooch wants to help. Ugh. I think chicken's more of a problem, and I am definitely, when Dan makes chicken, I'm definitely a lot more careful and make sure we wipe everything down, because I'm much more concerned about that than with cookie dough.
I mean, people literally eat raw eggs as a guy, with
Yes, I think Holly said that in the Facebook group. Yeah, people swallow raw eggs and they seem to be fine. I don't think people tend to eat raw chicken
What
so
a waste. Make an omelet.
right? Yeah, everybody talks about eating cookie dough as a kid. Everybody. Not the microwave. I do have a really good mug cake recipe for the microwave. That's just a quick, I want a chocolate cake and I don't want to make a whole cake. It's a good recipe. We kick it up a bit and put a bunch of chocolate chips in it, and it's really good. And I will show you guys that sometime. Yes, Starwolf, I have seen you can buy cookie dough now that's okay to eat. It's really expensive. I want to try it, but it's super expensive for the amount that you get, so that's not something that I've tried yet, because I'm just going to make cookie dough and eat it. Mooch, I said no. Mooch really thinks there's something here that he wants. So if you guys don't already, please head to Facebook and follow Getting Baked with Crystal. Like I've said before, on Mondays I will post the ingredients for what I'm making so that you can buy the ingredients and bake along with us if you want to on Friday. There's lots of discussion in there. I post different tips and tricks and funny things and just kind of where our community gathers so we can share and ask questions and all kinds of things. If you haven't already, please hit the like button down there. It really helps out the show. Share with your friends. If you have friends that like baking or like, Dan in the background, share with your friends. Help the show grow. I really, really appreciate it. It was super, super help. That helps more than anything else, is just to share and try to get people on board with this.
Do you know what we're doing next week?
I don't.
Okay, so before Christmas, we're going to do eggnog fudge. That was one of the things that we talked about. We got to do eggnog fudge.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I have to figure out when I'm doing my crazy bake-a-palooza of Christmas baking, which I think might be next week. And I think the eggnog fudge is going to be one of the things that I'm going to make and send out to people. So I needed to the schedule of what I'm baking for my Christmas baking to send to people, and what of that's going to be on the live stream, because I may be able to squeeze in. So when I do the baking on the live stream, the Christmas baking that I do where I bake a ton of things, don't mess with that because it's counting down, bro.
Yeah.
I get all my recipes together and I kind of figure out some of them have to refrigerate. Some go at different temperatures, so I have to kind of figure out what order to make things in. Some things I dip in chocolate and melt that melted chocolate with some, pretzels, just dip pretzels in chocolate. So I have different orders that I do things in, and I could probably squeeze in 2 recipes for the week that I'm going to be doing my Christmas baking, because I make so many things. And I could probably do that anytime, but really, do we need to be eating 2 recipes during the week? That coffee cake we made last week, gone. I ate the last of that this morning for breakfast. We're really increasing the amount of stuff that we eat in the house since doing this, because every single week I'm making something. But I think that we will do the eggnog fudge on here, and I can probably squeeze in something else that week as well. I just haven't done the math yet to answer whoever's question that was. Was that just yours?
Yeah, that was mine.
Oh, okay. Cyber Husky says, hubby just told me a joke I want to share. What's the opposite food of ladyfingers? Toes? Mentos? Is it Mentos? I bet it's Mentos.
What the heck's a ladyfinger?
You don't know what a ladyfinger is? Google it. It's a cookie.
Oh, okay. Christmas is on a Friday.
Yes.
So we're not going to stream on the 25th.
No.
Okay.
No, I will not be. No,
So
we'll be at my mom's for Christmas.
There's no stream that week.
Maybe, because we go to my mom's in the daytime.
This is Christmas Day.
Right.
This is what you want to do on Christmas Day?
We'll figure that out. I haven't done that math yet.
No, probably. The answer is no.
I was right. It is Mentos.
So you only have 2 more weeks in the Christmas Day. So you only have 2 more bakables.
Okay, so
Christmas.
next weekend is probably going to be Christmas baking. Fire Trucks Rule wants eggnog fudge. Yeah, I can probably make that. Jean's requesting Aunt Terry's biscotti. You know I'll bring you some on Christmas. We always go to Jean's house for Christmas Eve, so I always bring her stuff in person. Oh, Dawn says, you guys are my friends. This is the only social time I have during quarantine. That's kind of what started amping up our live stuff, is just being able to talk to people and do stuff. I do go to work all week, but everybody's working. There's not really a lot of socializing, and everybody I work with is like in their 50s and 60s, so not really a whole lot of common ground to socialize about there. Did you make snickerdoodles with actual Snickers in some old vlog? Okay, so we call them snickerdoodles. Like, that's what Dan started calling them. They're not actual snickerdoodles cookies. Snickerdoodle is a kind of cookie. I don't actually know if I've ever had those. What I make is a peanut butter cookie with a bite-sized Snickers candy bar inside. So Dan just calls them snickerdoodles because they're Snickers and they're doodles. But yes, I do make those every time for Christmas baking. People love those. That's my go-to. Dan loves those. Charlotte says this is my social interaction as well. Brittany says the edible cookie dough tastes off. Just make your own. Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't quite be right. Jordan says you also said you would do your baklava. I don't make baklava. I love baklava. I've never made it before. So maybe you're thinking of something else. I'm not sure what we're talking about here.
Have you tried making it?
I have not, because it seems very tedious with the different layers of the dough and the painting the stuff on there, and it seems like a lot of work. I could do it, I just haven't.
You got about a minute and a half.
Thanks. How's your cats? They're good. I can't read your name because there's too many letters. Therats of the rats of the rats. Roblox, what's cooking? We are making not just chocolate chip cookies. We're making chocolate chip, butterscotch chip, Butterfinger, and mint Kit Kat cookies. One of each. Jess says it's extremely tedious, but it's not that hard. Yeah, that's the problem. Not much for tedious.
What are you making?
You buy the pre-made phyllo dough. Yeah, I could probably do that.
For what?
I just haven't. The baklava. I really love baklava, and it's hard to find good baklava. At least out here, there's not a lot of good baklava going on out here. It's always too dry. But maybe sometime I'll try that. Maybe let's say we'll try that sometime next year. I said before, I want to get through the recipes that I know and love so I can recommend, like, hey, this is a good chocolate chip cookie recipe. If you guys want one, try this chocolate chip cookie recipe. Later down the road, once I've shown you guys most of my good recipes, I want to be able to try things. We can try them together. You guys can pick things. Hey, try making this. And we'll try it and see if it turns out well. But at this point, starting out, I don't want to just make a bunch of fail things, because sometimes when you try a new recipe, it doesn't work. There's little tricks that aren't in the recipe, or you misunderstand something, or it just doesn't work. So I don't really want to try new things just yet. And Brittany says, I smell cookie. Me too. All right, so I need you to move so I can get in here. Oh, these are huge. I'm going to leave them just a little bit longer. They still look a little bit squishy on top. I'm just going to count up on that. I think I'm going to give it like 1 more minute. Fire Trucks Rule says, wish you guys could deliver, but I'm about 2 to 3 hours away from you guys. Yeah. Our friends that live in town very often get random deliveries of like, hey, here's some snacks I made. Anybody who ever comes to my house, I was talking to somebody at work about this the other day, that if you come to my house and I know you're coming, I'm like, what can I make? What things should I make? When a bunch of Dan's family came a few weeks ago, what did I make? I think I made cookies, and I made lemon blueberry muffins. I will always make something when people come over. You will always leave my house with snacks if you come to visit. Amanda says, oh no, my cookies ran together. Oh, yeah. Put your dough in the fridge for a little bit, let it firm up a little bit, and then spread them a little bit apart on the cookie sheet when you make the next batch. Don't sweat it, they'll still taste good. Megan says, do you like crepes? I do. I've never made them myself. We went to remember we went to what's-her-name's house for like a breakfast party? And we made crepes, and they were super delicious. I do love crepes, but I've never made them. No particular reason. I just don't. Jess posted a link to the local place that she buys from. Ooh, can you buy online and they'll deliver? Yes, she said they ship as well. Awesome. Dawn is preheating the oven, and we'll be putting them in soon. Awesome. So this is what they look like. This one and this one I think look, I guess they kind of all look the same. So that one looks a little like the Butterfinger bits melted a little bit better, or a little bit more. I don't know how well this shows up on camera, but it's got kind of this like glossiness to it. That's how you know they're good. Do not take them off of your cookie sheet right away. That's the worst thing you can do. If you take them off right now while they're hot and fresh out of the oven, they're going to fall apart, I promise you. Let them cool down. I know it's really, really hard to do that. You don't have to let them cool down all the way, but cool down enough that they're firm so you can actually get a spatula underneath it and it will not fall apart. Dawn says the cookies are huge. Yes, they are. I like these to be big. The recipe says to make half cup, so I don't know. If you actually measured out a half cup, they might be as big as your head. I don't know. They would be huge, but I like making these big. You can make them smaller. You might have to adjust your cook time a little bit because they're going to cook a little bit faster if they're smaller. Just kind of keep an eye on them if you're going to do that. You can make them more bite-sized. Dawn says she made hers smaller. Absolutely. Do whatever size you feel comfortable with. Just keep an eye on them until you get used to what the bake time needs to be. Brittany says, only one row of my cookies became close. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Cut them apart. Don't even worry about it. Fire Trucks Rule says Dan needs to send me via Facebook Messenger the P.O. Box address. Do you have the P.O. Box address posted somewhere?
It's in the description.
Oh, scroll down. It's in the description below. The P.O. Box address if you guys want to send Dan snacks to try or anything at all, whatever randomness. Please don't send weird stuff. One time back in the day, I was on this website. It's kind of like Reddit, if you know what Reddit is, but it was a different one, and they did like a gift exchange thing. And I'm like, oh, this will be fun. So you sign up, and you kind of say things. Like I would say, oh, I have a kid, and it's a boy, and I have cats. And people would just randomly send people stuff. So anytime somebody sent me something, I would send something back. And we got really cool stuff. One time, Blake got... in a box of cereal, they had watches, like little rubbery watches, and the two options were Barbie and Hot Wheels, and he really wanted the Hot Wheels one. It was like rubbery tire-looking material, and he really, really wanted them. I think we bought 2 boxes, and we got the Barbie watch. So we ended up sending them out to people, and somebody sent us back a box, and it was the Hot Wheels watch, and they were like, oh, thanks for the watch for my daughter. Here's the Hot Wheels one for your kid. And it was super awesome and fun. One person sent me a tube with the creepiest clown with a ceramic head on it. And that was it, and it was really freaky. And I
forgot about that.
Yeah, I had to send that back out to somebody. I was not okay with that. The person I sent it to is actually the person who sent me a box of literal trash. Somebody paid money to mail me a box of nothing but trash. He got the creepy clown head back. And then had the nerve to post like, oh, someone sent me this creepy clown. Really? You sent me trash. So, overall, it was really, right? It was really fun. I remember, if you guys remember Mr. Wizard from Nickelodeon, I was at the dollar store and found a Mr. Wizard DVD, and one of the people on there that was actually really well known on the website, like in the social circles, whatever, was a science teacher. So I sent him a Mr. Wizard DVD to make sure he could like show that to his students. It was really, really fun. I liked random mailing of things to people. That was fun. So if you guys send us stuff, you'll at the very least get a thank you card from Dan.
Yes.
Dan, I believe Dan is sending out
everybody
thank you
that
cards.
sends me something gets something back. Cat hair.
Yeah, there will likely be cat hair in your whatever you get back.
Whatever, channel card stuff.
Do you lick the envelope?
I haven't had to seal the envelopes via my tongue yet because it's like pandemic time.
Yeah.
But like I draw on them. I draw on the cards and stuff and on the packages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I'll have a stack there and then I'll grab it and I'll just start messing around while I'm working and stuff, and then when it's all drawn up on, I put it in the envelope.
Yeah, and then what? How do you seal it?
Like tape and stuff? Like with tape?
Like tape? You don't just get your finger wet?
No. What? No.
I don't know.
No, I just like tape it shut.
Mia likes your hair.
Thank you.
Jean says, looking lovely. I can say with certainty that Crystal is a genius baker. Yeah, Jean, you might have tried more of my baking than just about anybody except for Dan. I always make sure to bring her stuff. Even if I just go visit, I'm like, here, I brought cookies. It's what I do. Like, some people show up with a bottle of wine when they come over. I show up with cookies and baked goods. So these should be cool enough. So get your spatula up underneath it. If it starts to bend or mush or any of that, stop. Wait, let it cool more.
It looks very stiff. Like...
Yes, it should be stiff. A little bit stuck on there, so it's maybe a little bit soon, but I'm not worried about it.
Where are you going with that?
In your mouth?
Well, no, like, do we need to put them on some plates or something?
No, this is the mint one. I wanted you to try it and see if you like it.
It's pretty, like, firm. Like, it doesn't want to, like, bust.
But it's soft.
How come it doesn't... Is that a lie when you pull them apart?
It is a lie. I don't know
lie?
what kind of voodoo magic they do on the commercials where the cookie, like, goos out everywhere. I don't know what kind of magic chocolate chips they use for that. I have no idea.
There we go. It looks good. It feels good. It's nice and warm. So, okay, I'll try it.
I will say the Butterfinger definitely made for a flatter cookie. That Butterfinger stuff does not hold as firm.
Oh wow, that's minty.
Is it super? It smells minty. I can smell it from here.
Wow, that's really good though. But it's like just all mint.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's gonna focus.
Uh-huh.
If you look, it looks a little bit undercooked and it's kind of squishy in the middle, but it is cooked. It's not raw. But this makes the difference. So if you don't eat them all tonight, tomorrow, the next day, they're gonna stay much softer. That's my trick. This one is Butterfinger. You want to try it?
Yeah.
I don't love it. It might be good once they cool down completely. It's still too melted and like sticking in my teeth.
I like it. It's really good. I like it better than the mint ones.
I hear trying of the cookies.
Blake came out and said, I hear trying of the cookies.
There's mint.
What do you want to try?
Mint or Butterfinger. You can give them the rest of it.
There's also chocolate. Yeah, I'm not going to try it. You can have as much as you want. And there's butterscotch.
Mint's okay.
Aunt Terry says, definitely going to try the mint Kit Kats. I am not a fan. I don't like mint in snacks.
How many Hawks out of 5? The mint Kit Kat's like the 3 out of 5. It's kind of like it tastes the mint Kit Kats taste like Andes mints.
like that.
Andes mints. Was that what those are called?
Mm-hmm.
And
Butterfinger?
it's kind of overwhelming. I love mint though. The Butterfinger one's really good.
The taste is good, but the Butterfinger
That one's
is
like
still stuck in my teeth.
That one's like 4 out of 5.
I like the butterscotch. You want to try that,
Whoa.
Dan?
Okay.
I don't like that, like...
This is good. I like butterscotch. Do you like butterscotch?
The mint's good.
You like it?
Kinda. That's really good.
Yeah,
That-
I really like it with butterscotch. I'll
That
be doing
butterscotch
again.
tastes like professional cookies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like butterscotch pudding.
What's that?
Regular chocolate chip.
Man, that Butterfinger is gonna be stuck in my teeth forever.
Right? I think once it cools down, it'll be better and hopefully get crunchier. But
really
I think
good.
I think putting the Butterfinger in the oven is not the business.
And that's good as a traditional, the butterscotch one.
That's
I
my
like-
favorite.
I like the
best.
butterscotch and the mint one. You should try
That's
that.
the best.
How many Hawks do you give butterscotch?
I give it 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 Blakes.
4 out of 5?
Yeah.
Amanda said, oops, I already took them off the silent? I don't think that's the word that was supposed to be there. And have my next batch in the oven. Don't worry about it. I'm just letting mine cool in the fridge a little bit more. I'm definitely going to make more. If you guys like butterscotch, get some of these, what is it? The Nestle Toll House butterscotch chips. That's a really, really good flavor. I've had these in there for a while, and I don't think I've used them for much. It's been a while since I had butterscotch chips in anything, but I forgot how good these are. Yeah, that's really good.
Dang, mouse is crashed out.
I finished off the butterscotch. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't need any more cookie.
At all?
I just ate a bunch of like SpaghettiOs. I just like ate the whole mushroom kingdom in SpaghettiO form.
Alright, we just got some bits left here, but I need to make another batch.
Okay. And all the dough's in the fridge.
Yeah.
How did everybody else's turn out? Did we get a?
I don't know. I don't recall if anybody said anything. I was too busy shoving my face full of cookies and I wasn't paying any attention to anybody else's baking. Crystal says they look delicious. I will have to try and make these. I highly recommend it. I will take a picture of this and post this in the comments of the Getting Baked with Crystal Facebook group where I posted the ingredients list. I'll post the recipe so you guys can make this because one of the important parts is to beat that liquid part of the ingredients until it's creamy. It really has to be light and creamy. That's really important. Otherwise, I don't know what happens, but it's not the same. I promise you. Do you like cinnamon in cookies? I guess so. I'm not a huge fan of just cinnamon flavor by itself. I don't know if I've ever had like cinnamon cookies. I like the flavor of cinnamon, but I'm not like a cinnamon challenge kind of girl. I eat butterscotch chips out of the package. I bet those are good too. I didn't even eat any of these while I was making stuff.
Uncle Yukon, they are sweet. They're really sweet.
Yeah, I kind of love it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It tastes like butterscotch pudding. Cinnamon cookies basically are snickerdoodles. Okay, I don't think I've ever had a snickerdoodle. Okay, you need to stop or you're gonna mess something up. Get your own baking show, bro. My mom makes this really good snickerdoodle bread with butterscotch chips. That sounds good. I would try that.
The Husky Bunch says, my mom would put oatmeal in her chocolate chip cookies. She's old.
I think I've talked about it before when I made... What did I make? I made something with oatmeal in it. Maybe the Carmelitas. I don't like oatmeal, like whole oatmeal in treats. Anything that I make with oatmeal, the oatmeal has to go into the food processor. That's something I'll show you guys soon, is my oatmeal cookie recipe. I make iced oatmeal cookies. They're kind of like the mother's oatmeal cookies. And I put all the oatmeal in the food processor first, so you're not eating whole oats. I don't like whole oats in cookies at all. So anytime it calls for whole oats, I'll just throw it in the food processor, even if it doesn't say to. Ew, oatmeal raisin cookies are the worst. I hate raisins, though.
I don't mind them, but I want one.
I cannot with raisins.
I don't mind them. Like, I used to be bummed when I was a kid, and I'd get to like my turn to grab the cookies from wherever we were at, and they only had oatmeal left. I'm like, well, that's punishment.
That's kind of how I feel.
But then I got old, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
It's not bad if it doesn't have raisins in it, but almost always people put raisins in their oatmeal cookies, and that's not a risk I'm willing to take. I do not like raisins at all.
Baker's Gonna Bake said, I'm about to make a strawberry shortcake cake roll.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can we see pictures when you're done?
Yeah, please post pictures in the Facebook group on Getting Baked with Crystal. I would really love to see that. I bet that's really similar to the pumpkin roll, but just with different ingredients. So, like I said before, you want to kind of make these tall. It helps them to not flatten out as much while they're cooking if they start out a little bit taller. And also refrigerating them helps with that. Do you want to try some of this? Because it's mint. Eat it! Is it minty? No, you can't taste the mint at all?
Oh, I can't taste the mint. No. Brady said, I sent a photo of my cookies to RFS Cats. That's not where you send the cookie pictures to.
Post it on Getting Baked with Crystal. That way everybody can see.
Stay on brand.
I guess I could squeeze one more in here.
We do want to see them, though. Once you do, let me know in the chat, and then I'll bring it up on the computer here, and then I'll show Crystal.
Alright, I'm going to throw one Butterfinger sad cookie in here. I'm sad that the Butterfinger, like, melted into goo. I really hope when they firm up after they're done being cooked, or, like, cool down, that it'll, not be so chewy. Alright, so these need to go in.
Dan, did you see my last comment? I didn't. I scrolled up and I didn't see anything that pertained to me. You'll have to copy and paste it again. I can't post it on the page. Well, why not?
You know, I'm having a hard time figuring out the page. People post things, and I don't think they're posting publicly. So I need to figure out if there's a setting I'm not setting or
honestly,
what. I don't know.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I can find it when I get a notification, and I can click on it, and I can like respond back to you. But I don't see anybody else interacting with the posts, so I don't know that they're going public.
Every single time I use Facebook, literally every time I use it wrong. Like I'm doing something wrong. So I don't know.
Dawn, I don't want raisins in my oatmeal cookies. Anything but raisins. Yeah, I'm a purist with oatmeal cookies. They just need to be oatmeal. Like I said, I make it where they're ground up, they're real flat but soft, and then I dip them in icing, and it's just like the white icing on top. Perfect.
I like the dried red fruit where all the life's been sucked out of it, like a craisins. Yeah. Or like cherries, but they need to be like almost dehydrated, you know?
Right. Jess says it's under visitors posts. No one else will see it. That's why you make a group that goes with the page. Is that the trick? Okay. I need to make a group then. That's what I'm going to do, and you guys will have to join the group as well so you can see everybody's everything. Because I do see people posting, and they're asking if we can make different things or different questions and posting their things. So I will do that. That's my goal for this week. I'm going to make a group if you guys don't mind joining that as well. That way there can be more interaction rather than just me posting things and you guys commenting on it.
Why is it easier to join a cult than it is to do this? I swear, I argue with Jess every time that am I posting to the page or the group? What's the page? What's the group? I'm a goldfish. I don't know. But seriously, Seriously, I mean, they gave you your
We'll
Nikes and
figure
your
it out.
Kool-Aid. They didn't make you sign up to 3 different things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why is that easier?
I don't know. But we have Jess, and she'll show us how to do it. Baker's Gonna Bake said, I only made an Oreo roll. I never made a strawberry shortcake roll, so it'll be different but yummy. Yeah, I'm really interested to see, like, when we're done here, I'm going to go on Pinterest and find out what that is, because that sounds delicious.
Abby says make oatmeal cookies with butterscotch.
I was just reading that. That actually sounds delicious. I bet oatmeal and butterscotch was really good together. My oatmeal cookie recipe would not work for that because they're too flat. Maybe if I got mini chips, but I will probably look into that because that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good flavor combination. Mia wants to know what my favorite candy is. I love all candy, pretty much. I will try anything. I don't like wafers. My favorite is Snickers because it has everything. Any other candy bar is just a Snickers missing an ingredient. I love Snickers. I love white chocolate Snickers. My 2 favorite things in candies is white chocolate and caramel. So anything that's got white chocolate Twix are delicious. Not really a fan of peanut butter cups. Don't like wafers, so I don't like Kit Kats. But yeah, my candy collection is out of control. Anytime I see a new candy, I have to buy it. Dude, if you guys haven't seen these, hold up, wait a minute. So these are at Walmart and also at Walgreens. Those are the 2 places I've seen them. It's a Nerds rope, but in clusters. If you guys have ever had the Nerds rope, it's like a big gummy rope, like a licorice-y kind of thing with Nerds stuck to the outside. But they're so hard to eat and the Nerds fall off everywhere, and I've never been a fan. I was listening to a podcast and they started talking about these and how good these were, so I'm like, I'll get them for Dan and see. This is my new addiction, and Dan's too. We bought like 4 bags of them already. It's just a little blob of gummy. I'll show you. It's a blob of gummy covered with Nerds. And the Nerds don't fall off everywhere because you can just pop it in your mouth. It's the perfect squishiness of gummy. It's not too firm. These are really good.
Are you quiet because you're eating?
Mm-hmm. I couldn't take it out and not eat it. Uncle Yukon said the original picture has to be public on their page. If it's on Brittany's page, it has to be public there to be shared on someone else's page. Yes, but I think we're talking about being able to post on the Getting Baked with Crystal page, which people have done. People have posted things, but apparently only I can see it. So I respond to people, but it's not going public, so there's no discussion. So I will make a group this week so that we can all talk together. You guys can talk to each other about different things, because we can talk to each other, but only in the comments of my posts, apparently. I don't Facebook, I just started doing Instagram during the early days of lockdown. It's all kind of the same. I like Instagram because it's just pictures and stuff, but I mostly follow like artists because it's more of a visual medium to me. Facebook is like where my family is and stuff. So if you guys try to add me on Facebook, I usually do not accept friend requests on Facebook because that's for family. If you guys want to follow my page, follow Crystal Lee. It's KRISTUL_LEE on Instagram. I don't post there much, but I'm trying to get a little bit better. We also have RFS Cats. That's, if you like our cats, follow RFS Cats. We just hit 1,000 last week. One picture every single day. Something the cats are doing or getting into, or something cute or whatever. There's always a picture every single day of the cats. We also have a cat calendar. If you guys go to RFS Cats on Instagram and follow the link in the bio, we made a cat calendar for 2021. So you guys can have our cute cats hanging on your wall every day of the year. I put a lot of hard work into that, so even if you can't afford to buy one right now, no problem. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Ghirardelli make white chocolate squares with caramel in them. Yes, I think I actually have some of those. My mom got those and turned me on to those. Those are delicious. If you guys like white chocolate and caramel, get some of those. It's like creamiest, most liquidy caramel ever. I love those. Sarah doesn't like peanuts, so Snickers are out. Oh, then you can just eat, what is it, Milky Way? Milky Way is a Snickers without peanuts. There you go. We had the fudge. See, look, I'm not kidding when I talk about having all the bootleg snacks. What is it? Peanut, I thought it was fudge. Peanut brownie Snickers. The nougat is the worst part of Snickers. It's just boring. This has brownie in it. So good.
Those are
really
good.
Really good. Oh, I got more bootleg snacks, you guys. Sugar cookie M&Ms. All about those. I can't reach them, but I also have sugar cookie Hershey Kisses. If you find those are delicious as well. Fire Trucks Rule says, can anyone see me? Yes, we can see you. I guess figuratively. Jess says groups are for discussion, pages are to get information out there. Okay. I know when we did a page for something else and we made the wrong one, so then we ended up having both, and I didn't really want to have both. It seemed like overkill, but it seems like you do have to have both. Now we're learning. Liz likes Hershey's Gold candy bars with peanuts and pretzels. Yes, I have some of those over here as well. I think I have the bite-sized ones of those. I literally have like all the candies. I absolutely love candies. Funny Cat wants to know if Dan is part mooch because you're stealing heat by the oven.
My butt's nice and toasty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Helen says, remember, Dan, when I sent yourself and Jess a chocolate and licorice chocolate and I felt horrible because it made you both sick? I think that's still in the fridge.
The black chocolate?
I don't think we finished that.
No, I'm just waiting for, like, someone we hate to come to dinner and then I can give it to him as a dessert.
I don't hate black licorice. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
It's pretty bad. Like, it should be classified, like, under vegetable more than just, like, sweets.
You think? You're not invisible, fire trucks. I can see you. What is your cat's Facebook page? We don't have a Facebook page for the cats right now. There's Instagram at RFS Cats and also on YouTube at RFS Cats. We're getting some videos up there to kind of populate that a little bit. Did you put up, what's up there now? The cat tree video? Is that all we have up there for the cat videos right now? You made another one, didn't you?
There's a cat tree video and then there's...
The unboxing?
No, not yet.
No.
No, just 2 videos.
Well, you better
up
get
there.
on that.
There's some videos up there. How about what's on there, not what's not on there?
I thought it was up there.
How about you stick to that?
Cyber Husky says, I tried the sugar cookie M&Ms, didn't like them at all. Oh, I loved them. I thought it had great flavor. Blue Lightning says, sugar cookie kisses are amazing. Finally found them today. Yeah, I was really surprised with both of those. It's a really good sugar cookie flavor to me. I really, really like it. Oh, I think Megan and Sarah are talking about the Nerds ropes. Is that what you guys are talking about
Yeah,
there?
Sarah hasn't had them yet, so obviously they haven't showed up to the town she's lived in, which is under a Roxville.
Right, under a Roxville. I recommend the Nerds, what are they called? Gummy clusters over the ropes. The ropes are okay. I always found the ropes to be too gummy, like the gummy was too hard and the Nerds fell off everywhere. That's not a problem with these. Walgreens and Walmart have them, at least out here.
Rocket Fizz is fun. We've been to Rocket Fizz.
Yes. Yeah, we have that out here. They have like a little bit of everything. You know what they didn't have when I went was the
just expensive.
the Crunchy Bar. It's a Cadbury Crunchy Bar that's some people call them like honeycomb or there's other names for them I can't remember. I've actually made it where it's something you make on the oven and then you pour, I think it's baking soda into it and it like foams up. So then the candy gets like bubbles in it and you pour it out onto a Silpat mat and then wait for it to dry and you break it into pieces and dip it in chocolate. I had to make that because I couldn't find it anywhere. It was not for sale anywhere. Pods for Crystal. Yes, Helen. Those are great. And you know what's funny? People keep coming over and I'm like, oh my God, try this. It's so good. Nobody likes them. I love them. And I think it's wafer on the bottom. I don't like wafer. I think the pods are delicious. The Snickers ones are my favorite. They're amazing. Nobody likes them. I'm just like, fine, more for me. Fire Trucks Rule says, love the sugar cookie kisses a lot. Hard to find out here because they're sold out. Aldi had them. I got them at Aldi. Jordan knows. The other video up on Instagram is when the cats tried to kill you. Or up on YouTube, not Instagram. RFS Cats on YouTube and Instagram. Did you find more Cadbury cream egg cookies? No, I think you might have been the one who sent me the link to order them online. I have not done that yet. But I still have my package in there I haven't broken into yet.
They're going to turn to dust soon.
Shh. Mia wants to know if I know if those Nerd Gummy things are in Ontario. I live pretty far from California. I don't know if it's...
They're on Amazon.
Were they on Amazon?
I think so.
I got them on Walmart.com the first time I got them.
Right.
And then we happened to be at Walgreens and I saw them there and we grabbed a bunch more bags of them because we love them.
Oh, we grabbed them like it was that really crappy, boring movie, Lord of the Rings. There was a bunch up there in a box, like brand new, and we just started grabbing them.
We're all
like,
my precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took 3 bags.
And then the cashier was talking to us about them and we convinced her to go get some. Yeah, I highly recommend them. I don't know, look at whatever, like, maybe not the grocery store, but if you have like a Walmart or Walmart type store or like a CVS, Walgreens, something like that, they probably have them. One more minute. I'm going to have to set my timer. So this time they seem to be taking 12 minutes. Sometimes it's a little bit different. Honeycomb candy. Yes, that's what it was called. Not peanut brittle, Megan. If it was a response to my candy, it's not peanut brittle. It's different. It's. Let me see if I can find a picture. I can't find them in stores. I think Cost Plus World Market had them one time. No, they had like knockoff, off-brand ones, and I did not like them at all. But I happened to get these. I went somewhere with some friends, and we went to like a little candy shop. And I grabbed them. Someone said, "Oh, these are so good. You need to try one of these." And I tried them and fell in absolute love. And they were the most delicious thing ever.
What are they called?
Cadbury Crunchy. So when I told my brother about it, his wife, they're out in Illinois, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's a honeycomb candy." I have never heard of this in my life. It was pretty easy to make. Remember when I made those?
Yeah, those were good. There's not wafers in there?
No, it's not wafers. I would have to look at the recipe to see what it is, but you make it on the stove, and then, like I said, you pour baking soda into it, which causes like a science experiment, like when you make a volcano, and it foams up, and then you pour it out so it can cool and like get flat, and then it dries, and you break it into pieces. Baker's Gonna Bake says they have the clusters at the Dollar Tree and maybe Walmart in a small box. Yeah, I highly recommend those. If you like gummy things and you like nerds, and you think you might like eating them together, try that for sure.
What a sell. Look at that.
Right? Hey, if I find good candy, I'm going to tell you guys about it. I'm that guy.
Do you like peanut butter? Boy, do I. And jelly? Go on. I got the thing for you.
I actually have an Instagram page called All the Bootleg Snacks that I posted on a couple of times, and we have so many projects going on that sometimes we start new projects and then they just fall to the side and I don't get back to it. But one day I'll get back to All the Bootleg Snacks because we literally have all the bootleg snacks. Everybody's very concerned that you're so close to the stove, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody said your arm positioning is making their arms hurt.
Oh, that's because my arms are all weird.
Fire Trucks Rule says, I love honeycomb milk chocolate covered. Last time I was at Sprouts, they had milk and dark chocolate. If I find somewhere my aunt makes some, I will ship you some, Crystal. That would be awesome. I don't like dark chocolate, though. I will eat it in a pinch if it's the only thing available.
In a pinch!
Milk chocolate.
You're stuck in the car. It goes into the ocean. It starts filling up. It starts filling up.
Let me tell you the scenario.
You need some snacks,
if
and all you have is dark chocolate.
If I am at a normal person's house who does not have an obscene amount of candy in their collection, and all they have is dark chocolate, I'll eat it. But it's got to have something in it. I won't just munch on dark chocolate by itself. It would have to be like caramel filled or something to have something going on with it. Do you like Boston Baked Beans? I love Boston Baked Beans. That is one of my favorite candies. I rarely get those. They're kind of hard to find out here. Sometimes you find those little boxes, and I'll grab a bunch of them.
I've never, ever seen them bigger than...
No, I don't think they come in big boxes, do they?
In those boxes.
Yeah, they come in like the 25-cent boxes. Watching people make those are so satisfying. Yes, the honeycomb candy. One time I do remember making them, and something went wrong, and it didn't rise, and it was just so disappointing. The texture's not right. The Snickers brownie is really good, too. Yes, are we talking about this one here? For the Snickers brownie?
Yeah.
Dan busted this out last night, and this was really, really good. I really like the texture, and the chocolate was really good.
Yeah, I was pretty excited to find them I found them at the Walmart. Like the first day they came out. Yeah, they were
nice.
Because they were all like fully stocked there.
Rocky Road Slice? That sounds good. I like Rocky Road things because it's, nuts and chocolate and marshmallow? Good combination of flavors. I'm down for that. Megan says those honeycomb candy bars are so good. They have an England store here in Utah, and they have those here. Yes, the friend that showed them to me is actually Scottish, and she's like, "Oh, I get these when I'm in Scotland all the time." She goes back to visit like yearly, and that's how I heard about them. So hard to find them out here. Baker's Gonna Bake said they're gonna film the strawberry shortcake roll on YouTube. I'm going to make the group for Facebook. Please post a link there because I would love to see how that goes. Megan has nothing but chocolate in her house. I have all kinds of candy, everything. Anything, literally anything you can think of, I have some variation of it. Amanda says, I can't have a candy stash. I'll end up eating it by myself. Yeah, that's my problem. I think I'm burning my cookies. Nobody told me I had one more minute and I left them. Yeah. It's still good.
That was 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, that was 4 minutes. 3 minutes too long. So you can see these ones. I don't know how well you can tell, but they did rise up a little bit better because they were in the refrigerator. The dough was in the refrigerator. They have a better shape to them. They came up and they're not as flat. I have to let them cool because they're still really hot, but I'm just going to rotate the next ones. But the more you refrigerate the dough, the more firm it'll be. and the less it'll melt quickly when it goes into the oven. Oh, that smells so minty. Not a fan.
To that degree where like
I don't like
sell
the smell of mint. It smells like candy canes.
You should get a clothespin for your nose.
Should I? Ew. Crystal says, I'm excited for the group. Yeah, I wish I would have known that's what was going on, because I'm like, man, nobody wants to post anything. They're only posting it in the comments, and I couldn't figure out why the posts weren't showing. So, yeah, I'm excited for you guys to all partake. I don't want this to just be one-sided, where I'm like, look what I made. Look what I made. I want you guys to show me what you made. I want to see your strawberry shortcake roll. Show me things you made. If it looks good, maybe I'll make it and share it with people, and we can share recipes with each other. That would be great. Jordan, got distracted playing my game. What are you doing? You know, just hanging out. It's kind of what we do. Right now I'm waiting for these to cool. They smell minty and it's really kind of gross. It's making me make stink face. The last of the cookies is baking in the oven now. It goes much quicker when you're not trying to entertain an audience, huh? The cookies turned out great. Thanks. I tried. These ones are going to be a little bit overcooked. That just means they won't be as soft longer, but that's okay because it's the mint ones and I won't eat those anyway. Will the name of the group be the same as the page? Yeah, I think so. Jess will have to confirm. We'll have to consult with our social media professional to see how that works. But yeah, I think the page and the group have the same name.
Yeah.
When you do your things?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, so the page will be where I will post the recipe. What's the difference? What was the... I'll have to check with Jess. There's a reason why you do both of them, we picked a page for a specific reason that I don't remember what it was, but I remember asking about it and we decided we needed to do a page. But for the social, like, community aspect of it, I want to have a group so we can all communicate with each other. I saw an apple pie roll on Pinterest and it looked so good. Yeah, you know, we did the pumpkin roll on one of these, and...
it doesn't sound bad, but I don't want an apple pie roll.
No?
I want something funner.
More fun?
I want strawberry white cake with cream roll in it.
Yeah, I see those at the grocery store sometime, and I think they put, like, coconut on top or something, like something white.
And I'm sure the apple would be great, but, like, I want, like...
You want strawberry shortcake roll?
Yeah.
Yes, mint cookies. These are the ones we put the mint Kit Kats in. Mint dark chocolate, I think. These are for Dan, because I will not eat any of these. Let's see if these are ready. Yeah.
I like them a little bit crispier. But I like everything crispier. My toast, my bacon.
You will definitely like these. The good news is, look, because they're a little bit overcooked, they don't stick, like, at all. But let me show you guys this. We talked about the Silpat mats, and I've told you guys how great the Silpat mats are. So if I had gone just... First of all, they don't even really get hot. You can touch them a couple minutes out of the oven, not a problem. If I had done this just on the cookie sheet, these would be burnt and crispy on the bottom. These were in, the recipe says 11 to 14. I put them for 11 and then almost another 5 minutes after that. So they were in there almost 16 minutes. And they're not even burned. The Silpat mat, I don't know how long you'd have to put it in the oven to actually burn something. I have never burned a cookie for as long as I've been using a Silpat mat. Not once, not ever. So I highly recommend, even if you just get one.
Before that, how many cookies were you burning?
Oh, all the time. If you do what I just did and you're like, oh, it needs 1 more minute, and then you just forget about it, you're going to burn your cookies all the time. All the time. Get one that's the size of your cookie sheet that you use the most. This one, this is going on my Christmas list. I need to get a new Silpat that fits the right cookie sheet, a new cookie sheet.
I feel like you get them once a year.
I do, because they work really well, but I use them so often, I bake so much, that they start to get discolored. Let me show you the difference, because I have little ones that are new. No, I thought I had little ones. Here we go. So when you first get them, they look like this. So these I have not used too much, so you can see the difference. They start to get a little bit yellowed and discolored, but they still work just as well. I use these for anything I can that goes in the oven, unless I want it to be crispy. Like when Dan does the Brussels sprouts, those don't go on here, because we want those to kind of get a little bit crispier. When I bake falafel, that goes on a Silpat. That keeps them from burning on the bottom and getting too hard. And when you have crumb residue stuck on here from your cookies, you can just take a paper towel and just go like this, and it comes right off. Definitely one of those things, Not necessary at all, but if we're talking about, I want to invest a little bit in my kitchen and kind of upgrade things a little bit, I highly recommend a stand mixer. Doesn't have to be a KitchenAid. I had a knockoff one for years. Worked just fine, not a problem at all. If you can get your hands on a stand mixer, I think Aldi had one for like $60 this last week. People were talking about it.
Amanda says I got mine at Costco for a good price.
The Silpat or the mixer? What are we talking about?
Probably the mixer.
I think we were talking about Silpat by the time she did that.
Oh, okay.
The Silpats, I actually have seen at stores like Home Goods, like discount stores like a Ross or Marshall's, something like that, if you can find one there. I've never used anything but the Silpat brand just because that's what I use and it works well. But I've had friends who have purchased the other ones that say they work just fine, not a problem. So get whatever you can at whatever price you can, because the Silpat ones are a little bit pricey. You know what? I want to make more butterscotch ones.
Yeah?
Yeah. Are you clapping? Are you clapping and waving?
I was smacking my legs and waving.
Oh.
Just waving at everybody.
So yeah, if you want to spend a few extra dollars or you don't know what else to put on your Christmas wish list and you want to bake cookies, get a Silpat mat. It's definitely something I would highly recommend. Silpat mats and rubber spatulas. I really swear by my rubber spatulas. I love these things. Just getting that super chat hype train going. Woo woo. Thank you. Appreciate that. Super chats do help us keep the show going. Helps pay for the ingredients that we buy and new Silpat mats and things like that. Because yeah, it's almost Christmas right now, but what happens when it's not?
Amanda says it's an off-brand Silpat.
Silpat. Why do you have such a hard time saying that? Dan can never say it, even though it's just a simple 2-syllable word.
I don't think it matters what you get.
Yeah, as long as it's a silicone baking mat, I think you're good. Let me know. Does yours work well, Amanda? And Jess being the best cheerleader. Yeah, Jess is an awesome friend. We love her. These have a lot of butterscotch chips in them.
This is more entertaining than the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, if you guys are a fan, I'm sorry. We tried really hard. I lost interest about 30 minutes in. Just couldn't get on board with that. I'm going to add more of the chips to this one because it looks like it has fewer. Baker's Gonna Bake said, tomorrow we're going to make a big breakfast on our new griddle. We're going to make French toast, bacon, sausage, omelets, and breakfast sandwich. That sounds delicious. I like to do that on the weekends. A lot of times we'll make pancakes. Sometimes we make Captain Crunch pancakes and we're severely disappointed. Amanda says, yes, I had no problem tonight. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Yeah, whatever silicone baking mat that you can get really helps take up your cookie baking a notch. This one might have too many chips in it. It's not sticking together.
We got rid of that Captain Crunch mix.
Yeah, we literally just tossed the rest of it. Nobody wanted it.
There wasn't that much and Holly didn't want it.
No, we used well over half the box just for that review video. But yeah, nobody wanted it. We weren't going to eat it.
Steve says, severely disappointed. Mm-hmm. Were you severely disappointed?
I was severely disappointed. I freaking love this dough.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, love it all you want. What am I sitting on? I'm on the counter. I'm sitting on my hands a little bit.
On the dishwasher counter?
Yeah.
Blue Lightning says, I'll have to get those mats. I always have problems getting cookies to turn out right unless I buy cookies that you pop in the oven. Yes, I had the same problem where everything was just getting too burnt on the bottom. Even if you did it for the right amount of time so that they cooked perfectly, they just cooked too much on the bottom, and the mat really makes a difference.
It does. That's like what I would get, like, when my... No, that's a bad example. When, like, your kid goes off to college or you're, you know, like, here, like...
For a beginner baker.
If you get that, like, it levels you up a lot.
Yes. That's one of the things that levels up your baking and will impress people with your cookies.
Right, because they don't burn. You can find links to the pats on your website.
Yes. On gettingbakedwithcrystal.com, the whole kit with everything that we use, almost everything. I still need to add a few things to it, but a lot of the things that I use in my kitchen are on there. This time I'm going to put 12 minutes so I don't have to restart it and forget about them. So there's links to the Silpat. Whatever size you want to get, I have them in a handful of different sizes just depending on what's been gifted to me over the years. Whatever cookie sheet you like to use the most, get that size Silpat mat so it will fit on that. I have smaller ones that sometimes I'll double them up on a bigger cookie sheet because I would rather use a big cookie sheet to make more cookies at a time. But if you like to use a smaller cookie sheet and bake 2 or 3 cookies at a time, get a smaller one. But get the one that fits your cookie sheet so that you can use it regularly on your cookie sheet. Baking beginner kit. Beginninger? The name on Amanda's mat is Miu? M-I-U? Yeah, try whatever one you can find. As long as it doesn't look like low quality, if it's a silicone baking mat, you're good to go. Never use any sort of knife on it. You don't want to cut it. That's bad for it. And you don't want to wash it with soap. When you wash it, I'll be honest, I use like a regular sponge with no soap on it. I'm a germaphobe. I have to use a little bit of soap, which might be why mine deteriorate about every year or so. I take we have the wand with the soap in it, and I'll just do one real quick once over, not a lot of soap, not scrubbing or anything. I have to use soap. I can't not use soap.
I feel like you use them so often that maybe you should change them out once a year.
Yeah.
Thanks for posting that link.
Oh yeah, Steve posted the link to the kit if you guys want to look at the brands and the items I use. Brands are not super important. If you can get, a lower cost version of whatever it is, go for it. It'll work for you. It'll be just fine. I'm going to start abbreviating. Brittany said, I can't spell. I couldn't figure out if you were trying to make a joke or if it was a typo, so that's why I was trying to pronounce it out. It's okay. I have the same problem with Dan. Tomorrow we're going to try the roll so that it has time to be in the fridge. Yes, that's what happened when we made the pumpkin roll. We had to wrap it all up, and then, tomorrow night we'll look and see when we did the Dantics. You were able to see how the pumpkin roll turned out. I ended up making 2 of those. I made another one on the day before Thanksgiving so we could have one for Thanksgiving, and we finished that off too. We've been eating a lot more stuff since I've been doing this. Fire Trucks Rule says semi-germaphobe here as well. Yeah, it's funny with everything going on. I feel like people are like, oh my god, we have to clean things. We have to be more careful. I'm like, that's what I do anyway. I'm always wiping things down, washing my hands till they're dry. The skin is dry. Paul Mall, I was AFK. What did I miss? You missed everything. I don't know. How long have you been gone? We made cookies. Look. Cookies. There's more mint ones. Butterfinger. There's butterscotch in the oven.
Wait for butterscotch.
Fair enough. Yeah, the butterscotch chips were the best out of these. I usually almost always just make them with chocolate chips. I think I might have to start splitting them up and making some butterscotch ones because that might be my favorite. What are you pointing at? That's the peanut butter brownie Snickers. Did you not try that yet? You'll have to try that when we bust those open next time.
They're really good.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah?
There's a pine needle on the kitchen counter.
Again?
I didn't tell you. I have a full Christmas tree sitting right here.
In case you wonder why I don't like Christmas trees, it's because pine needles are everywhere. It's not even dry and dying yet, and there's pine needles everywhere.
Oh, it's brand new.
The counter was clean. All of a sudden, a pine needle came out of nowhere from the other room. Crystal says, I enjoy the Getting Baked with Crystal live stream. I'm glad you're doing it. It's fun. Thank you. I appreciate that you are here, and I appreciate everybody's support watching this. Sarah says, contributing to Crystal's ingredients and still pat fun. Thank you. Appreciate that, friend. Amanda says, thanks for the yummy cookies. AJ was sad that he could not try the cookies tonight. He will get one tomorrow. Oh, man. Chris posted the funniest thing. I think he posted it in the Getting Baked with Crystal when we made the pumpkin roll that your son got up in the morning and asked if Chris could open the oven. I'm probably going to butcher this. If he could open the oven, because Mom put a pie in there the night before and he wanted some. I thought that was hilarious. Helen with the super chat with the drooling mouth. Helen, don't worry. You're on the Christmas cookie list this year. You've contributed enough to my candy stash that you've earned some cookies.
My Christmas tree is better than what it looks. It's all tied up still.
Yeah, it's not poofed out yet. Baker's Gonna Bake said that's a big tree. This is honestly the biggest tree we've ever gotten. Dan went by himself to pick it out. We usually get them about my height. This one's like, we can't put it near a ceiling fan because the ceiling fan's gonna hit it.
I did what I wanted.
Baker's Gonna Bake said they can't have big trees anymore because one of the cats eats the trees. Most of our cats leave the real trees alone. We used to have fake trees and they would climb in it and they broke, like all the arms would fall down. They don't mess with the real Christmas trees, so that's why we've been sticking with that lately. Topo went right to it, was trying to eat the needles and stuff, and then there was a stick, like a branch inside of it, and we pulled that out for him, and him and Rizzo went nuts, and they just loved the stick. That was their favorite part. Liz has fake Christmas tree needles on her rug. Aww. That's the worst. I hate the pine needles.
You gotta put your hand next to it for proper scale. It's taller than me.
I have a banana. You want to put a banana next to it for scale?
You and your bananas.
Banana for scale! Yeah, you're right, Mia. Once the tree is open, there will be pine needles everywhere. Dan's gonna experience it this year. This is the first time you're gonna be home all day to have to clean it all up.
I got it in here. You guys will see in the vlog. I don't know. It'll be tomorrow, Saturday, yeah?
Yeah.
It'll either be tomorrow or next Saturday, but I managed to clean it all up and I got it in here, and you'll have to see the video. I vlogged it, because that's what I do.
Yeah, but there's still pine needles on the counter somehow.
You put those there. You're sabotaging me.
I did not. I haven't even touched the tree other than to pull that stick out of it. Are you done with cookies? Did you eat too much cookie for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have another one in a little bit, but yeah, like, that's a lot. They're really
The cat likes the counter. Yeah, he usually tries to go up on top of that cupboard up there, so... No, that's not what you're doing? You don't feel like jumping up high today?
I'm gonna go play with Mr.
I
Tails.
don't know what he's doing.
Hey!
I think Chris fell asleep with AJ. It's been an hour and he's not back out here. Oh, Dan used to do that all the time. Go tuck him in and then he'd just be asleep in there with him.
Me?
Yeah, when Blake was little.
Would I?
Yeah, you'd lay down with him and be chatting with him. Like, I'd read him a book, he'd get sleepy, and I'd leave the room and you'd fall asleep with him. How are the cats? The cats are fine. Check out RFS Cats on Instagram and YouTube to see more. This is the part where, like, oh, there's nothing to do because cookies are baking and I don't have another Silpat mat that fits a cookie sheet.
You just
so
talk to people.
I'm just hanging out.
People want to see more Mr. Tails.
He's there. Posing.
There's other cats. They're all
No, I
sleeping.
think they all ran off. It's nap time. Mooch is sleeping on the couch. Rizzo's in the cat tree basket. Oh, here they come. There, Rizzo woke up. She looks all evil. Here comes Mooch. I can tell our cats, like which cat's coming, just by the sound. Mooch jumped off the back of the couch, but I just heard the cat hit the ground and I knew, oh, that's Mooch.
Yeah, what happens when you hear mouse?
Oh. Like, it's the loudest thump ever. That cat's so big. So big. When's a new RFS Cats video going up, Dan?
Probably within the next few days. I have them filmed, I just don't have them edited.
Brittany said you called her cats too. That's funny. If you guys have an Alexa, you have to try telling her to open Find My Cats, and then all your animals will come running.
Mouse and the kitty are both laying on the bed sleeping.
Kitty's in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's in there on the bed, but they're not fighting.
No? Are they in
No.
their separate quarters?
Yeah, the cats have this weird hierarchy.
Hey. There's a pillow between them, that's why.
Did you guys try the Sonic Chili Cheese Coney flavored Slim Jim yet? It was really good. I can't tell if you're making that up.
That's too many things.
Chili Cheese Coney flavored Slim Jim.
Sonic. Is Sonic like... No, Slim Jim. Is it at Sonic Burger or it's a Slim Jim like prepackaged item? Either way, I'm not going to eat it because it's meat, but that chili cheese coney, that's on you. That's all you.
I'm going to have to Google this.
It's a Slim Jim. Yeah, Google that. Figure out what that is. I'm going to start cleaning up ingredients so I don't have to do it when we're done.
Alright, it was a Sonic
chili cheese coney flavored. Different cats. Thump thump footsteps, patter patter twinkle toes. Yep. Mooch and Kamiko both have nails that you can hear hit the ground, but it sounds different. Topo's just thumpy, like he gallops too. He sounds like a horse when he runs through the house. You can hear it like he's running through the house.
People have recipes for Slim Jim chili.
Ew. We are not making that on my life.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Oh my gosh, that's right up there with Sketty.
Right?
That being said, I would totally try it. I don't see this Slim Jim.
Oh, Steve just posted. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. That's the link
Thank
to
you.
the RFS Cats calendar that we made. I worked really, really hard on that, so please go appreciate it. And if you feel so inclined, purchase one so you can have my cats on your wall. You know what was funny? I was trying to find the website that we made it on, and it's createphotocalendars.com. So I just searched that, createphotocalendars.com. The fifth result that came up was an image of Jess's dog's calendar.
I know it was, huh?
Yeah.
I can't. Could you Google this please for me? I can't.
That's because you put Connie. You're looking at Slim Jeans. It was chili cheese.
You're looking at Slim Jeans. I am. The whole screen's full of just men's butts and jeans. I don't know. It's not autofilling. I don't like it when things don't autofill. Here you go.
Okay, so it is Sonic Burger themed.
Oh, fuck.
But it is a Slim Jim.
Oh man, that almost made me drop the F-bomb. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, that bad?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't show a visual picture of it, but they all look the same.
Are you gonna get one?
No?
Are you lying? Because it feels like you're lying. Do you like Slim Jims?
At this point now, yeah, they're okay. They're okay. They're like the fast food of meat sticks. But they're okay.
Wait, the fast food of meat sticks? Like there's other
Yeah,
meat sticks that are not like the fast food version?
Like there's meat sticks that are $4, $5, $6 and they're nice and
high quality meat
so
sticks.
when I go to Michigan, there's like really good meat sticks. They look like they're like
sausage?
yeah, no, they look like they're like distributed like locally-ish, you know? And they're not making it to California, but you know, they're the nice ones and they have whatever Bambi on the front or whatever and it's
Bambi?
right, and it's cool. But then like, you know, you get the Taco Bell meat sticks, which is Slim Jim, you know? I mean, they had Macho Man for their thing, for their spokesperson.
They did.
So yeah, it's just like the Taco Bell of meat sticks. I'll eat one. I'll eat one.
Those are gonna take another minute.
But, you know, I didn't want one, or like I would have laughed at the package and not bought one, but now like
Now you have to.
now like if I run into
Come on,
one,
you do food reviews, bro.
oh. I guess I'd eat it. I guess I'd eat it.
Don't let me forget about my cookies that I left back in the oven.
How could why don't you just set it for like 2 more minutes instead of counting up? What's counting up gonna do? Nothing ever was achieved by
So I
counting
know
up.
how long they're in there.
But nothing's to remind you you're counting up. I feel like that's a flawed plan.
Probably.
I feel like that's flawed.
It clearly worked well for me in the past, right?
Jack's Links is pretty decent. I don't have I eat them sometimes, but only when I'm like in foreign places, like on the other side of the country or out of town.
Is that a foreign place?
Yeah, out of town. So I don't know if I've ever had one of those Jack's ones, but I see them. Like I see them.
I don't eat meat sticks.
Hi Dan, hello, I'm Dan.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Kathy says we need coffee mugs with my cats on it.
I was looking at coffee mugs, and the ones on Teespring suck.
We need to get
So I'm trying to figure out a different place that's got the coffee mugs that like I don't know, like it's hard because I don't want to like what I do like buy a dozen of them and I start mailing out coffee mugs.
I don't want to be responsible for mailing things out.
Right,
It's a
but
lot of
some
work.
of the places they suck. Like I have a CC Mouse podcast mug and it sucks.
Don't say that. Buy your CC Mouse podcast mug on Teespring.
It sucks. The mug sucks. It's
Didn't
too
it get stained with your?
No, it's just too small.
Oh no, it was your other one. It was your Tim Hortons. That's
My
stained.
Tim Hortons is stained.
Yes, your CC Mouse one is small.
Yeah, it's like diner. It's like diner small.
Yes.
And somebody double stamp printed it.
Oh no, really?
I can tell that it's like see how thick it is.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
either that or the director garment. The director
it's like
print's
a little
bad.
blurry.
Yeah, but it like I want like Good Mythical Morning has rad ones. Jess and I have talked about this before, but Good Mythical Morning's got the rad ones with the logo and it's got like the black with like the matte finish on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that because
I don't prefer white coffee cups. I feel like they get stained too easily.
I don't
That's not where that
want
goes.
to. I don't want a white coffee cup either. So I love my Tim Hortons one that I got in Michigan, but it's almost 4 years old. It'll be 4 years old like in a month, and so I don't want to ruin that one. They pulled my listing to get Teespring sucks. Yeah, dude. Teespring sucks. Jess has been having problems with Teespring also.
Nope.
The interface sucks on it. It takes a long time to get your stuff. It kind of just sucks. Tom, he wants to like not be in your arms while you're baking.
No, he's gonna keep jumping up there. Look, the cookies come with cat hair. Deal with it.
So yeah, so Teespring sucks, but there's nothing like that's just what I have for now. So anyway, I didn't put any mugs up there for the new logo because I didn't agree with the mug. I think I want to get as far away as I can from talking crap about Teespring. All right. So, what do you want to do? Are you done baking? Is this?
I mean,
this
it's
it? Are we
just gonna
wrapping
be
it
more
up?
of the same. I'm just putting them in there,
Okay.
and then we have to kill like 12 plus minutes. You guys let me forget about the cookies in the oven. Oh no, wait, I got them out. I took them out. I drank some of your drink. That's what happened there.
You had like a swallow.
I had a couple few. Are they good? I'm ready to be done. Look, I worked all day, and I didn't even get a chance to sit down yet.
Yeah, no, we'll wrap it up
So-
here. Jessica said, I've been trying to program a new song the entire time. She got her lights set up today. She sent me a video of her lights playing, like, I don't know, aggressive stuff, like Trans-Siberian Orchestra and stuff. So she's working on a new song. It's probably like a Shinedown song or something. Some sort of
What?
hip-hop song, maybe.
I don't think I know any of the bands that she likes. We're in different genres.
Ooh, those ones are hot. You took those off. That one's...
I did take them. Look, I'm done. I promise you.
Ah.
I really just want to sit on the couch.
All right,
I've been
all
making
right.
cookies for hours, and I didn't even have a chance to sit on the couch after work.
Fair enough. All right. You wash your hands, you come do an outro, and that'll be it. No idea what you're making next week. I'm pushing for...
I think it might be eggnog fudge,
Eggnog.
but I
I'm
need
pushing
to
for
figure out my
eggnog
schedule
fudge.
of baking and stuff, but I think it might be eggnog fudge. If you guys haven't already, please go to Facebook and join Getting Baked with Crystal. Right now there's a page. I will be making a group this week, so you guys can post what you make. We can have more discussion on there. It'll be a little bit more interactive. Sorry, I had some of your drink. I will post on there on Monday what we'll be making. I post the ingredients so you guys can follow along, bake with us if you want to. I think that's all the things. We'll be here next Friday at 6 p.m. Tomorrow night we have Dantics at 6 p.m. on this same channel. Go follow me and Dan, RFS Dan everywhere. Crystal Lee with a K and a U and an I, not in that order. Scroll down. All the information's down there if you guys want any of the information. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up on this video if you like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe and join us next week for things.
Hyper Smooth. Before we go, do you know the band Atreyu? She don't know any of that
Like-
stuff. She's stuck in the
Like
90s.
from the Never-Ending Story?
Yeah, that's what it's after. Named after.
No.
Like, she hasn't listened to a new band since before 2000. I don't think there's a band
That's
that you...
probably accurate.
Right. Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for Dantics. Yes! Live trivia at your fingertips. I don't even know what that means. So thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for modding. I really appreciate that.
We're just tasting the
I like
cookie
it. GBWC, Getting Baked with Crystal. I think GBC would be kind of cool. We could do stuff with that. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Thank you so much. She would like Atreyu, I think.
Does it have horns? Because I really love for my music to have horns.
It's aggressive.
I don't like aggressive music. I don't like angry screaming stuff. I like punk rock, but I like pop punk and ska, poppy, punky kind of stuff. I don't like angry, aggressive music.
She's living in the 90s. Where can you get Dan's shirt at rfsdan.com. Everything's
Dan's
there.
shirt.
Oh, this shirt. I don't know. Jess got it for me. Oh, at T-Turtle. Okay, you can get it at T-Turtle. Okay, that's it. Bye, guys. Have a good night. And, here's where I find the outro music. Uh-oh. I killed the outro music.
Now you've ruined everything. There you go.
Getting Baked with Crystal.
Oh, you made my new theme song.
Cat hair and every bite.
Maybe. Sorry, not sorry.